and my team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I've come this way before, traveled through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes, you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for meal, take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give insult away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going battle and fight this final round. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games you play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you what you do, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do.
Hey. Welcome to the show, man. Mr. Haney will be on in a second whenever he's ready. Just let me know. Love is the word. Unique Dawn. We're going back to back with 2 beautiful women. Hey, KJ. AJ. GA. What up, G Brown? Okay, we're going to go G Brown, R Brown. Okay. And we got to go blue. Okay. We rhythmic tonight. Okay. JP, we going to call him JQ. That's not with the colors scheme, but it's okay. Butch Cassidy, Big Homie Coop. Victor. Hotep. INO Boxing. Mark West. We the same height, man. What's up? Big Homie? The real Moho point of view in sports review. Okay, the real Mojo. Okay. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. M Square, Gravy Davy. What's up, big homie? Hey, Jeff Smith, man. We're gonna get this out the way early, man. We're gonna take 2 commercial breaks, one at the top and one at the bottom, man. Why not? If you ain't got this film yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing, man. How about everybody go right now, click the link that's in the chat, and check out the trailer.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
How many? How many? For those of you who don't know the answer to that question, I will tell you. At least 15 illegitimate kids were vying for his estate when he died. You know what I mean? 15. My God. How do you make 15 mistakes? Anyways, man, welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome to the show, man. We got a good topic tonight. I'm about to text Mr. Haney whenever he's ready to come on in. You're more than welcome to. You know what I mean? And we'll go from there. We'll go from there. All right. Cool. There we go. And you know, I've been thinking about this. I guess not that one. I've been thinking about the Jake Paul situation. And I've come to realize Jake Paul is taking the budget. Jake Paul done hijacked the budget. He done took the brothers done took 2 fight dates, June 6th and last night. What else have they done? Absolutely. Get well, DB. Hopefully all is well. You know what I mean? And he got millions of dollars. And he did something which was extraordinary. What I've been telling these A-level fighters to do, this isn't just exclusive to PBC. This isn't just exclusive to ESPN or The Zone or Golden Boy. All of boxing. If you're an A-level fighter, you got to create your own pseudo union until y'all can get a union going, because you're going to be a B-side fighter one day. And those undercard fighters will be A-level fighters. I forget what video it was, but I know I've done so many videos on this topic. And he did something that was extraordinary, y'all. Y'all going to be impressed when y'all see this. You know what I mean? Get off your pro-black high horse, man. We talking economics here. All right? And speaking truth, man. You know what I mean? The goal is to speak in truth. You know what I mean? Speak in truth. The truth shall set you free. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Damn. Okay, it's right here. It is right here. This is incredible. Anyways, I gotta work on that right now because I gotta pull it. But in the meantime, I'll do it when I get a phone call so I can do it. But yeah, Jake Paul, I'll just read it to you guys. Take my word for it, okay? Take my word for it. Jake Paul did something extraordinary, y'all. And I've been harping on this for the longest time. What y'all fighters need to do, man. Y'all better get with the program. Jake Paul made $2.8 million, right? From his $2.8 million, he gave away $1 million. He gave Tyron Woodley $220,000 more. He gave Taylor versus Fury. He gave his sparring partner an additional $50,000. Can you believe that? Wow. So his sparring partner made $102,000. Serrano, can you listen? Her salary was $42,000. He gave her $500,000. And is the record. It is the record for a woman's payday. It is the record. More than Carissa Shields, more than Katie Taylor, more than that Tom Loeffler girl at 147 that ended up losing twice, more than Ali, more than Christy Martin with Don King, who had all the money, more than Bob Arum with his girls, who got all the money. Al Heyman has never put a woman on his card. And let's go. Du Bois didn't get anything because he's a separate fighter. Check this out. Cusimano, who's basically was just a throwing guy, $29,000. He gave him an extra $50,000. And that's typically what those guys make. You know, those undercard fighters that get put in to get knocked out. they get paid $10,000 to $20,000, $80,000. If they're main event, they may get $100,000. You know, and Conwell, you know, Conwell, who had that tragedy, who was in between fights and couldn't get paid. He doubled his salary, $20,000, and he made $40,000. He gave him $40,000, so a total of $60,000. Du Bois refused $50,000. Oh, Du Bois refused $50,000 due to friendship with Fury. Du Bois refused the 50. Wow, so he would have made $250,000. Okay, and I mean, Serrano made $542,000. Wow, 107 million total is the third highest UFC payday. I don't get that one, but oh shit. His 1.7 million. I got it now. His 1.7 million is his third highest in his career. Dude, Jake Paul out here changing the game. Didn't pay no sanctioning fees, didn't pay for testing. What the hell is Tyron Woodley complaining about, dog? What is he complaining about? He allowed himself to get emasculated. He agreed to that tattoo. He agreed to not responding to him, not responding to the butt cheek comments. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. Dog, he gave him an extra $220,000. Listen, Jake Paul brought all the fans. Jake Paul bought the date. Jake Paul bought everything. And Jake Paul only made $793,000 more than Tyron Woodley in base salary. Think about that. Amanda Serrano can now go buy a house. Amanda Serrano can now live comfortably if she makes great investments with that $500,000. Amanda Serrano can probably now leave New York City and go across the Hudson and go buy a house. Go buy a house in Brunswick, Trenton, wherever, New Jersey. Because that's the goal, right? Go up to Connecticut, go to New Jersey, get out of New York. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I think what he's done is amazing. And I've advocated this for so long with these fighters. For so long. Put the business, put it in your hands. Take control of your situation. Everybody want to root for Carissa Shields, but no one want to financially support her. No one. You can start from the top. Al Heyman. You can start from every black fighter, every Mexican fighter. Matter of fact, I won't put the onus on every black fighter, but you got guys like who's making millions of dollars that support her. Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. Who else supports her that are in that multi-million-dollar range as a fighter? They never supported her. They never said, you know what? I'm gonna give you a fight date. I've never heard that, you know, and we're long overdue for this. We're long overdue for this. And you know what's gonna happen? Boxing is gonna lower its standards. And now you're gonna get these fighters, because if Jake Paul keeps going, he's gonna fight 3 times a year. And he's going to become the biggest humanitarian in history. This is going to be a big story throughout boxing. I'm going to talk about it. I'm talking about it now. People are going to talk about it tomorrow. He's going to talk about it on his platform, and he needs to, because this is amazing what he did. He gave up $1 million. Hopefully he 1099 them so he can get that payroll tax. But if he didn't, you know, oh well, he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out next time. But at the end of the day, this man gave Amanda Serrano $500,000. And shame on Showtime for only paying her $42,000 for a co-main event. Shame on them. Can you believe that? They paid her $42,000 for a co-main event and paid that Fury guy $700,000. Shame on them. Shame on you, Steven Espinosa. You could do better than that, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're gonna open up the phone. I know we're gonna open up the phone lines. And Mr. Haney will beam in at his leisure, and we'll move forward from there. His text didn't go through, but we'll figure that out. Miss T, what up, though?
What?
How's Mama Sin doing?
What up, Fred? Guess what?
What's up?
I got a special guest on.
Oh, hey, Miss Sin, how you doing?
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for the shout out the other night.
Oh, no worries, man. Your name is ringing in the shop.
Hey, I enjoyed that Fred Kyle.
Fred and Kyle show. The Fred and Kyle show will be any moment now. I don't know when Kyle is beaming in. He got 4 kids pulling curtains, opening up cabinets and changing diapers and saying, no, I want mommy. So it's going to take him a minute to get in here, but he'll be in here.
So y'all play real good off each other. It was a delight.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a big boxing fan. I like football, boxing. My daughter loves it.
Uh-huh.
So she's kind of bringing me in, and she did good by introducing me to you.
Oh, well, welcome. And hopefully you stay with us a while. You know what I mean?
I will. Once
I
understand how to work the knobs, I'll probably, talk to you directly.
Uh-huh. Beautiful. Mm. Thank you, Miss T, for bringing her in.
Oh, no problem. I was amazed at what you was just saying about
Isn't
him
that
giving
amazing?
that money away. I'm gonna have to talk about it tomorrow because I always keep saying he ain't a real fighter. I know he don't want to hear that from people, but he not. But at the same time, if he gonna do stuff like that, like you said with Serrano, I know she probably, when she saw that check, her knees probably buckled. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing that he did that for them. Mm-hmm. And, you did talk about that before. And guess what? Like you said, no sanctioning fees, none of all that, and everybody get paid. And now it's worth it. It's like it's worth all that hard work and sacrifice that people put themselves through to get in the ring. And I can't believe Showtime even came in here with no $40,000 check. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's weak for a co-main event. That's like Floyd paying his fighter $75,000. Can you believe Floyd paid his fighter $7,500? Jeez.
Yeah, I still be tripping on that. Yeah. And what you gonna do? That will cover 2 months of my bills.
Exactly. I'm in the same boat, a little bit. But yeah, man, that's insane, man. That's so despicable. Keep going, Jake. Go, Jake, go. # go, Jake. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm Team Jake right now. I'm Team Jake.
I might have to get on the team a little bit, but I'm always be honest with my.
No, just be honest. Man, he did something probably have. I've seen it done before where a fighter gives up a portion of his contract to make his fight. I've never seen a fighter pay the whole card. I've never seen that before. Yeah. And it's great to see. It's great to see.
I didn't understand what you just said about the boy turning it down because he's friends with Tommy Fury.
I didn't understand that neither. Maybe because he didn't feel like his friendship was getting paid off.
Okay.
I would have took that 50K. Sheesh.
Hell yeah, shit. Because Fury ain't gonna give him no money.
Exactly.
For friendship. Never turned down no money, Anthony Joshua, the $50 million that he turned down. Remember that? That's crazy. That's just crazy. I get in the ring for any of that amount of money. Right. But anyway, Fred, I wanted to call you I was talking to my mom at the time. I said, Mom, we can call Fred show.
Thank
Fred
you.
and Kyle.
Thank you. The Fred and Kyle show. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not?
All right, Fred. Like she said, when she gets to figuring out how to do this stuff, you probably be getting calls from her anyway. She in
Okay, we
Virginia,
would
I'm
it.
down here in
We
Georgia.
would. We would it. She got more answers
Okay.
than me, so
Yeah, she's a little bit more wiser than us.
Wow.
So, all right, Fred, I ain't gonna hold up the line. Tell Big Daddy. Tell Big Daddy. You know, I love him to death. Tell Big Daddy to make it happen. I'm
Right.
talking about Bill Haney.
I know.
That's Big Daddy right there. All right.
All right, peace.
I'm gonna get out to there, Fred. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. It's just he just doing an extraordinary. Floyd paid his fighter $7,500, dog. Put that in perspective, man. $7,500 to lose 30 pounds, fight a coach because Lionel Thompson is a co-main main event fighter at he's a co-main event fighter, period. You know what I mean? He's at that level in his career. And not unless he's on a loaded card. $7,500, dog. And here you have this white boy from Cleveland, Ohio. That's a troll. Come on, y'all. You can't make this shit up. 626. Got a new caller. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up? Let me welcome you to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, man. Turn me down in the back. Who this?
This is Josh from Haney.
Hey, what's up, Josh?
Thank you. I was just calling just to get your perspective on if you was advising young kids like Gerald Ennis, like should he stay with the PBC? Should he be a free agent? And what would you advise him and like boxers like Devin Haney?
He is a free agent.
He is a free agent now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a deal with PBC. His manager or promoter is Cameron Duncan. I'm not sure what role because he's done both. I would tell him to. Good question. What would I tell Jaron Ennis?
Because it seemed like that, you're right now. He is a great fighter because I know a lot of boxers kind of not wanting to fight him, and plus, he's kind of cheap right now as far as for PPC pricing and all that stuff. So, should he just go straight for the cash, or should he still take these little fighters, meant to build up that brand?
I think he needs to keep on fighting. I think he needs to fight 5 times a year. I don't care who he fights, he needs to have a run where it's to the point where it's inevitable where he has to fight and move up those the alphabet boys, move up, and maybe he can be number one in multiple sanctioning bodies and just keep on knocking people out. I think similar, I agree with his brother, Gary Russell's brother. Keep fighting. Don't stop fighting. Don't wait on Al. Don't wait on nobody. Pay somebody. Go knock them out. Keep it going. Keep that train. Keep your train on the tracks, man. Don't let your tires get flat. Because I think he at 140 he has that same kind of dominance right now, especially based off his last 2 performances, I might say.
Right. And for Devin Haney, should he stay? With I know he's a free agent, but like his dad was saying that they still kind of work with Eddie Hearn and all that. But I know that he been working with Floyd, so I don't know if Floyd trying to reach out to him to sign him or PPC, or how would you advise Devin Haney as well?
I would tell every fighter, don't ever sign with Mayweather Promotions. It's one of the worst business moves you can do because you're similar to Golden Boy. They're self-absorbed. The presidents are self-absorbed. That being Oscar and that being Floyd. Like And I think that Devin should. I think he made a lot of money, right? He should start putting on his own fights. Devin needs to fight 4 times a year. You know, pick a bum. I don't mean to say bum, but pick a credible opponent, pay him $300,000, put on a 4-fight card, and knock these people out. You know, you got to start funding yourself at some point. You know, and if you take a loss, it's okay because you're going to get it back on the Teofimo Lopez fight, the Tank Davis fight. These fighters are too afraid. Not many of these fighters are betting on themselves. They're waiting on a promoter or a TV station to give them money. You know, they need to fight more. You need to fight 3-4 times a year. You can't fight 3 times in 2 years, dog. That's not good enough. And I know people say, well, they're making a lot of money. But shit, I mean, I think when you're hot, you're hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think Devin Haney is pre-hot right now. I think if Devin Haney comes right back, what is that? May, June, July, August, September, October. If he can fight this fall, I think that'll be good and come back in February. Even if you got to pay for it yourself, you know, pay someone, you know, do a 1-fight card, pay for it. You know what I mean? And you trust that the fans are going to support you, you know, and make it pop. But you got to keep, these guys got to fund themselves the same way you guys see me move. I don't wait for nobody. You know, I didn't wait for a network to say, hey, we're going to give you the money to produce 9 Wives. Nah, I'm going to do it myself. Do it yourself while you're hot, while you got the fans' attention. You're going to get a portion of that money back. You know, don't go buy a Ferrari. Create a fight card. And you'll get it back in the long end. But I would suggest no one sign with TMT. They don't produce stars. I think they're lazy. I think Floyd did it the best, but Floyd loves his time, and he has every right to love his time. He's not willing to truly invest in a fighter physically, you know, be there for the fighter. Like, did he tweet about Tank Davis surviving the plane crash at all? Let me check. While you talking, I haven't seen. Wait, I'm just curious. I don't follow Floyd, so I could be wrong, but go ahead.
But no, that's all I have. I'm not trying to tie up your line, but I just want to, you know, and to get your thoughts about it. But thank you.
Oh, no worries. Man, Floyd is. No, he didn't. He didn't post on Facebook. I mean, let's see his stories. No. I think Boots shouldn't sign with nobody. Boots should only sign with somebody for a big fight. He's doing okay fighting these marginal fighters. Nah, sign when they're gonna give you a big check. But you better become a Jake Paul. Jake Paul gave y'all the blueprint. Jake Paul gave y'all the 2021 blueprint. That blueprint is not exclusive to white skin. Adrian Broner did similar things. He was just obviously a better talent. It works. Stay active on social media. Hang out with your celebrity friends. Be a socialite. You know, while being disciplined. That's the part that Adrian Broner failed at. He lacked discipline. And I think that Jake Paul, I don't know how disciplined he is, I don't follow him every day, but I don't follow him on his social medias, but I will now though. After what he did for those fighters, I'll follow him later tonight. But I think what he's doing is extraordinary. It's a simple game plan. There's nothing special about it. It's nothing unique about this. Nothing. What's up, Unity Auto Sales? It's nothing special. You just got to put forth the effort. These fighters won't do it, man. These fighters sitting at home right now, like, hey, these fighters are so blind on PBC. They don't even know that Jake Paul took a date from them. They don't know. They don't know Jake Paul took a date from him. I'm being 100. I personally don't believe David Benavidez had COVID. I don't. I think they needed the money for this card. So that's just what I believe. But what do I know? Jake Paul. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna round up the money right now. What was the cost of this budget? What was the cost? Let's see. I'll do it when someone calls in. I got to carry the 1, carry the 3, and it may not work out this well. Yeah, they sitting at home watching Fred. Marvin, welcome to the show, Marvin.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. 1.8 plus 1 point is 2.7. Yeah. Damn. Man, he did an amazing job, dog. Man, that man deserves a round of applause, man. You know what I mean? Floyd paid his fighter $7,500, dog. Jake Paul gave Amanda Serrano $500,000, man. God damn. Floyd bragging about being a millionaire and all these cars, and he paying his fighter $7,500. Something ain't right. Something just ain't right. Da-da-da-da-da. Shout out to Keith Sweat. Man. Sheesh. Man. This is 916. What's up?
Oh, I'm just hearing your show, bro.
Welcome. Who this? Before I welcome you to the show. Turn me down in the back.
Oh, what's up, man? It's So Park Boxing,
Turn me down in the back.
It's So Park Boxing.
You got to mute me in the back. Who this?
Oh, this is So Park Boxing.
Oh, okay. South Park Boxing?
Oak Park Boxing, man. LDBC. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
Fred.
Hey, what's up, man? What's popping?
Oh, man. Me and my family just listen to your show, man.
That's love, dog.
It's all good. Yeah, just showing some love. I'm gone, bro.
Oh, that's
Keep
it?
pushing. I love it. Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
What's up, family?
All right, family. I'm gone. Keep pushing.
Peace,
Man. I'm wishing.
All right, all the time. Yeah, 7,500. Fact. 7,500 is a debut for the opponent of the Olympian. He paid that man $7,500. And you're going to get taxed on it because they're going to pay you in a check. So he has to get taxed on that money at the end of the year. Man, oh man. See, if I told y'all to, I'm gonna tell y'all to, I'll wait till 10 o'clock. I'll wait till more people get in here so more people can be mad at me. But man, it's Jake Paul, keep doing what you're doing, dog. Keep doing. Boxing needs that. Amanda Serrano, she gonna flip that. you know how, I mean, just think put that in perspective for Lou DiBella, Tom Brown Promotions, Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya, what they didn't do for their fighters. When Oscar De La Hoya was the main event, did he do that for his fighters? I don't know. I'm just making the point. I can't answer that because I wasn't in this chair when they were in their prime. Floyd Mayweather, did he do this? And the hits just keep going. 504. Are you safe? You all right?
What's up, Fred?
Are you safe? Are you all right? You good? How you doing down there?
We good, man. It's Berry Hill, man.
I said, are you safe? How
you
doing down there?
We safe, man. We safe, man.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm making sure. So where'd your son go?
He up there in Kansas, man.
Okay,
he's still good.
He's still there. Okay. He's ready to get down. So he'll still be a freshman this year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So because he gets that year back from last year, right?
Yeah.
No, that's
beautiful. Man. Everything good with you, huh?
No, I'm more concerned with you. Home and safe.
Yeah, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute, man. But I'm still down here, man. We it's all good, man. It's not bad than what everybody think, but we gonna be out with lights like about another week or two.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough down here. It's like almost bad than Katrina, but Katrina gives a lot of water. Yeah.
How bad was the rain,
man?
How bad was the rain for you, or the storm? Excuse me.
It was a lot of wind. Now it just started raining, but it just stopped. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting on my balcony right now, looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's all good, baby.
I'm glad you're safe.
I want to ask you something. We couldn't fight. We couldn't watch it last night because everything out, all the power, everything was out through the city.
You ain't missing nothing.
Who won that fight last night?
Jake Paul. It was a horrible. It was a horrible fight, though. It was a horrible fight.
Man, this dude here got too much experience in the UFC of fighting. And you just let nobody do that to you?
Yeah, he should have put more pressure, man. He should have attacked him. He should have attacked him like a UFC fighter and just threw short punches on the inside or something. I don't know. I ain't got no answer for him, but he should have did something with his feet. Like not kick him, but just close the distance.
Yeah, you're right, man. I don't understand the UFC fighters, man. When they put the gloves on, y'all got the experience of fighting. You just got to know how to old school, like you got to know how to dance now. You got to know how to move your feet now.
Right? Got to know how to dance. Got to know how to dance.
It's a big difference though from UFC to boxing.
Right.
But he's a nobody. How can you let the nobody beat your experience and fight?
Right.
But it's all good, man. Well, hey, God bless you, man. You be
Call
good,
me next
man.
week. Call us next week so we know how y'all doing. Call us next week, just out of curiosity.
Oh,
okay.
Of course, right? Okay. Be good, man.
Okay.
All right, babe.
All right. Salute to your family too. We'll be watching your son this year in Kansas.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah,
Middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker. What number is he? 19.
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay, gotcha. We own it. We own it. Appreciate you.
All right, babe.
All right, Mr. Berryhill. Thank you, big homie.
All right, babe.
All right, peace, King. Rich Barley. People hate on Jake, but name another pay-per-view star that has added a female fighter as a co-main event. Earl and Tank should have added Carissa to a date. I agree. Carissa does need a date on one of them big cards for sure. I couldn't agree with you more. Rod 870 MAGA Fred on a mission to destroy brothers. I think I've listed every race today. It's sad when black men use black trauma pimping. This is a black trauma pimping statement. You trying to rally around the emotions of black people? No, talk truth to black people. Talk truth. Don't Don't black trauma pimp in here, man. You know, you and Reggie Owens do a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Jake Paul gave away $1 million. Right? Yeah. Give the man credit. As I said before, Oscar De La Hoya hasn't done it. Floyd Mayweather hasn't done it. Well, he's not the fighter. I'll get to the promoters in a second. You know, every fighter hasn't done it, you know, and from the promoter's perspective, I said Steven Espinoza should be ashamed of himself for giving Amanda Serrano $42,000 as a co-main event. Stop playing upon black people's emotions. Stop playing upon black people's emotions, y'all. Tell the truth. Y'all so sad with that shit. Sad. The man gave away $1 million. Amanda Serrano can go buy a house now. Amanda Serrano can now go buy a house. She made $542,000, the largest payday in a woman's fight. If that had been a black fighter, you know what y'all would have been doing? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. When Amanda Serrano buys that house, the person who sells the house ain't gonna say, oh, did a black person give you this money? Or did a white person give you this money? They gonna say thank you. They gonna do good business together. And that's all we don't. Isn't that what we talk about? About boxers supporting one another? Ain't that what we talk about? Or are we just so used to getting scammed by Black Lives Matter, the NFL boycott, the George Floyd boycott, the March on Washington, the Million Man March? What else? We ain't getting nothing. We don't get nothing from our marching. And what have we got? Murals? Statues? Meanwhile, we 1865. We 155 years away from the last slave, right? 155 years away from the last slave, and it went from slave patrol to police patrol, and they still have qualified immunity. Oh, that's sad. That's sad that y'all just. It's sad that you are a grown man and you still addicted to being emotionally pimped. It's sad. It's sad that you can't be an independent. You can't just take the good deed just for being a good deed. It's a good deed. How much money you give away today? How much money you give away today? Let me know that. How much money? I didn't give away no money today. I didn't. 918, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Fred?
Hey, what's up? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'll be listening to your show, man. I see you got a lot of answers, and you know but what's the point of your show, bro? Like, what are you doing?
We can go anywhere we want
what
every night.
What are you trying to prove, bro?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You bash PBC every motherfucking night. Like, who paying you, bro? I see you be having Bob on here, bro. Get off these dudes nuts.
I think
bald headed ass nigga, chat face ass nigga.
Say it again. Y'all mad. Y'all big mad. What's up? What's up, man? Thank you, Star. Appreciate you for coming in, man. Y'all mad. Y'all big mad. I don't give a fuck about y'all getting mad. What the fuck I care about y'all getting mad? Your feelings hurt. You been getting pimped for so long. Shit. What's up, 662?
Hey, what up, Fred?
What's up?
Man, hopefully you can hear me good, man. I'm in the gym. This ride, man, I was calling in because I wasn't trying to. I'm not my super chat was nothing against Jake Paul, I think what he did was a great thing, like giving some of those boxers their biggest payday. I think that was great. What I was doing was just throwing a joke at you because you've been on a mission, and I was going to send another pretty much super chat behind that saying that I understood that you were doing that because of what Leonard Ellerby and all those guys are actually coming at you also. So I understand what you're doing.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with
okay.
It has nothing to do with nah. You don't understand my disposition. I am
Go ahead, explain to me then.
Yeah. I don't personalize this. I think the one time I did personalize it and I was exhausted from it was where it bothered me. And it was the Andre Ward situation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But outside of that, I leverage it. It. And I think that just comes from my business acumen. I'm gonna leverage a TMT fighter say he got paid $7,500. Of course I'm gonna leverage
it. That was terrible. Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna leverage it. Of course I'm gonna leverage PBC fighters only fighting once a year. But y'all don't hear. See, the sad part about it is y'all don't hear when I call out Eddie Hearn that he failed. He had $1 billion and he failed. Y'all don't hear that.
No, you the only one to call him out. So I definitely give you credit for that. I'm just talking shit to you. That's what I was doing, like bullshitting with you, because I was like, damn. Every time I call in now, Fred going at someone, that's on whether it's Al Hammond, whether it's Leonard Ellerby and Floyd Mayweather. But I will say this, Fred. I get where you're coming from with Jake Paul, and he deserves the credit. But let's not forget, Floyd put a lot of people on his undercard. I don't know how much they got paid, but from the Canelo to the Sugar St. Mosley to the Tank Davis to the Badu Jacks to all those guys, they were on his undercards. He even fought Andre Berto, gave Andre Berto his biggest payday when Andre Berto didn't even deserve to fight. So let's not forget that Floyd did that.
That's not the same.
Floyd is not my favorite fighter.
That's not the same. That's not the same as a man taking $1 million out of his own money. That's not the same, dog. It's completely different. It's not, the man gave the people $1 million, dog. $1 million. No, it's nothing to think about. It's nothing to think about. $1 million. That is. I'm sorry.
But he made money. Here's what I'm saying, Fred. No, I get what you're saying. He took $1 million out of his own pocket. But if Floyd put you on his fight where he could pay you $1 million because he's going to sell 3 million pay-per-view buys, basically that's the same thing to me. Because I'm pretty sure Jake Paul don't even know what he's going to make on the back end yet, depending on pay-per-views. So the pay-per-views are trending towards $1 million or $2 million or something like that. He's going to make that money back. So what he did was a great thing. Here's my whole point right here, and I'll get off your line. So I've always said this, and I've been waiting for Jake Paul for like 10 years. And the reason I say that is because I've seen black fighters try to do exactly this. I watched Deontay Wilder knock out 40 guys in a row and not even get a mention on ESPN or First Take or any of those big shows. And I would always tell people, I would say, if Deontay Wilder was a white man, nobody would care about who his opponents was, the level of his opponents. They would only love the fact that he's knocking people out and he's talking shit while doing it. Because if we remember early on, Deontay Wilder used to talk a lot of shit, and he was very active in interviews and calling folks out and talking shit, and he never got that type of exposure. America never embraced him like that. We embraced him, the black community, some of the Hispanic community, but America as a whole never embraced Deontay Wilder. And he knocked out 40 guys. He won a bronze medal. He had the perfect American story, like a kid that didn't have anything, driving a truck, walking the gym, and 7 years later, he's the heavyweight world champion, making $20 million a fight. That's the American dream. They never sold it like that. So when I see a Jake Paul who literally fought 3 bums, I appreciate what he's doing, bringing his community to the boxing world. But when you say it's not about white or black or anything like that, I think you're being false at that point. If you think a black man could do exactly what Jake Paul is doing and it's going to work out the same way,
you're spinning the narrative. I'm simply saying, see, this is black trauma pimping. Listen. Take $1 million out of your salary and pay on top of what they're making. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the great story. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you make $7 million, will you take $6 million and take that million and spread it upon your undercard? That's all I'm saying.
That's a good thing he did. I'm not disputing it.
That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about. No, because you're appealing to the systemic oppression of black people.
Ask you one question. I'm not about to say anything about black white. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Earlier.
Sure. Yes.
Did you not say earlier that it's not about black or white?
When it came to that,
get out here and do what Jake Paul do. I'm using your words. You said earlier in the show, I'm listening. You said these fighters get out here and do what Jake Paul is doing, then they will have more success in boxing. That's what you said, right?
They would.
You said I don't think they would. I just don't think America would embrace a black fighter that way. That's all I'm saying. It ain't about black and white pimping or nothing like that. I'm just being honest. That's my truth. Your truth might be different, but that's my truth.
I believe they would be successful if they did interviews once a week. They hung out. I gave you the play. It's simple. You hang out with your celebrity friends. Y'all post. You become like a masculine socialite. I'm not saying wear the tight jeans and wear pink and wear purple and paint your nails. No, go to a movie screening. Go to that Candyman movie screening. Hang out, interact. That's all I didn't say act like
you want to know why Jake. Let me give you a little bit of something. You want to know why Jake Paul is big? Because I watch all sports, and I watched Undisputed the other day. I've never heard Undisputed talk about boxing until Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury, and it was Super Bowl week, and Fox was doing the fight, so Fox pretty much forced them to talk about it, and you could tell they really didn't care about it. The 2 times other than that I've heard them talk about boxing was when Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather, and when Conor McGregor was talking about fighting Pacquiao, and when Jake Paul was going to fight the last 2 guys.
You want the Floyd?
And it wasn't even on Fox.
Okay, you want the Deontay Wilder example? When Deontay Wilder went from Dominic Brazil, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, he was the hottest thing in boxing. Matter of fact, I would say he was a top 50 athlete. I would say he's a top. You know why? Because he fought 3 times in 8 months. So he had to do interviews. He went to go see the Pope. He did multiple things. He gave tickets away to the fires, the victims of the fires, and so he had to stay active. He had his schedule permitted him to stay active. So he was hotter than Anthony Joshua. He was hotter than Tyson Fury. He was hotter than Earl Spence. One might say if he beats Tyson Fury, he's hotter than Floyd Mayweather at the time because he's a heavyweight.
No, I agree with you. But here's what I'm saying. It took him 30 so fights to get there. Because he knocked out Severn, he had a great story, and America still didn't embrace him. They didn't embrace him Fury 1. They didn't embrace him Ortiz. But like you said, once he got to about 40, 38, 39, 41 knockouts, then you can't ignore him. And even then, when he was hot, he still wasn't as hot as this kid is now with 3 wins against 3 months.
Oh, he was way hotter. Way hotter. Man.
This kid probably finna do 800,000 or 600,000 to 800,000 against a UFC guy that's retired at a lost for a fight. So I mean, America is embracing him more, man. This is what Jake Paul is doing. Don't get me mistaken. I appreciate it. I watched it. I didn't buy it, but I watched it. You know, I think it's a good thing. I'm not one of those mean boxing fans that say I don't want him in the sport. No, he's good for the sport. I actually was I wanted the other guy to win, but I actually was slightly happy he won because I said that means we get another event and he could get some more boxers, you know, make a little money and get him more exposure. So it was kind of a win-win in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of appreciate what he did. So I'm not one of them guys, Fred. I just my truth and your truth is just different. That's what it is.
The truth is the truth.
South. I was born in Arkansas.
The truth.
Our truth is different because your truth is not my truth the way you say it. I'm a 37-year-old man who grew up in Arkansas, who lived in Texas, who's been called colored, who's been through all this stuff.
It has nothing to do. You're missing the point. You stop talking about race. It's simply simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. If you make $10 million,
I wasn't talking about that, Fred. You keep going back to that. I called in to talk about what you said about the fighters doing what Jake Paul did. I didn't call in about the money. You can't tell me why I called in. When you made that statement, that's what triggered me to call in because I see it different. I don't care about the money. Yeah, he gave away $1 million. Whoop-de-doo. Like
whoop-de-doo?
Okay,
whoop-de-doo? You think $1 million is whoop-de-doo? You think $1 million is whoop-de-doo? Man, come on, man. You just
Fred, I don't care about that. That's what you're not understanding.
Why don't you care? You care about the fighters? You care about the fighters?
I don't care about that because fighters are gonna make their money. That's what I'm saying. The way he did for that young lady, I didn't know that until you said it. And
I didn't know either till 8 o'clock. I didn't know either.
I didn't know that until I didn't know that until you said that's a good thing. But what I'm saying is I didn't call in for that. I called in when you said you felt like if black fighters do the same thing that he's doing, that the same thing will happen. That's why I called in. So you can't.
I agree because you know why? Because you know why? Earl Spence gets paid more. Tank Davis gets paid more. Deontay Wilder gets paid more. Jamel Charlo gets paid more. Jamal Charlo gets paid more. Terrence Crawford gets paid more. You want to go? Who? Tell me another A-level black fighter. Tell me another A-level black fighter.
So did all those? Let me ask you something. Did all those fighters get paid more after 4 fights? After 3 fights? Or did they have to whoop like 30 motherfuckers just to get there? And then they barely there now. They can't even sell 100,000 pay-per-views.
I don't,
that's what I'm saying.
Listen, he created his market space. These fighters didn't come in the game with 100 million followers on social media. It's a different bargaining chip. They have proof of concept at 21 years old. They have proof of concept.
I agree with that part, Fred. But what I'm telling you is a boxer. That's what you got to look at. See,
no, it's not just a boxer. It's not.
You using on your end the tool of they didn't come in with that type of platform, but then you giving him the benefit of coming in with that type of platform. You can't do the same thing. If you're gonna do this, you need to normalize it.
How can I normalize it?
Equal.
No, Deontay Wilder comes in. Tell it what it is. Don't make up a story. Deontay Wilder came in with a bronze medal. Okay. What's the guy's name? Jake Paul came in with already making $1 million on a fight. Already came in. He already came in with a market. He can go in there and say, listen, I just sold 1 million hats and didn't even step into the ring. What are you going to pay me to work on your platform? Take boxing out the equation. It is a business transaction. I don't need you. No, listen. You need to listen. You need to listen. You need to.
I hear everything you're saying.
Okay, so let me make my point. It's not boxing. Boxing is the caveat in which that we're watching. That's the business. So, but it's still a business transaction. If Deontay Wilder had came in with a bronze medal and 50 million followers on social media, oh my God. Oh, it would have been insane to get this kid. It would have been nobody would have been able to afford him at 0-0. Impossible. He would have been doing it on his own because guess what? He's getting donations every day. He puts out a bronze bomber shirt. He could sell 10,000 units day one. Why the hell would I fight for $20,000 when I could sell a t-shirt and make $100,000? So everybody is a la carte. What's up, Mr. Haney? Everyone is a la carte. Okay, you can't judge a person. You can't. What you're doing is saying Jake Paul came in and he's making this money, whereas these fighters didn't. These fighters didn't come in with the same profile as Jake Paul. They didn't. They did not.
Now, exactly. That's what. So can I respond to that, and then I guess you can move on to Mr. Haney. Now, my response to that is that's exactly what I was saying. What you just said. What I'm saying is it's the same thing you're saying. He came in with a platform. We cannot compare him to these other fighters. That's exactly what I was saying.
I'm not comparing them.
But here's what I'm saying, though. If everything was even, Fred, if everything was even, I feel like Jake Paul would still be able to draw a crowd because of who he is and his white. They want the great white height. You know that. I know that. Everybody know that. It's not as easy for black fighters to get out there and get on social media and say a couple of things and do a couple of interviews. Hell, Deontay Wilder was interviewing on that show, your show, Blue Blood, 78 Sports, and all that shit. And he still had to knock out 40 motherfuckers just to get a little respect. And then when he lost everything that he gained. And now he's trying to get it back. So what you said with Jake Paul is absolutely right. We cannot compare him to them. We cannot say they could do the same thing because it's not the same. He came in with 50 million followers. They came in with 0.
You don't get it, but it's cool. We'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. You're just making up. You're just making up. You're just saying he can't do it because he's black, and because of white privilege. Yeah, that's basically what you're saying. Because of white privilege, white people, America will gravitate more towards him. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what do you have in your profile to get the deal done? What's today's date? August 30th. I'm not talking. What do you have August 30th to make the deal?
So you telling me you're a businessman. I respect you as a businessman. I respect what you did, Fred. You're telling me that him being a white guy had nothing to do with his success, and 80% of 60% of America being white and purchasing the things that the content he's putting out there as far as a boxer. You telling me that has nothing to do with his success at all? That's what you're telling me.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the deal itself. What do you have in your profile when you walk into Stephen Espinoza's office, right? August 30th, 2021. Stephen Espinoza is not asking you, man, it must be tough being black. No, he's not asking you that. He's saying, how much is it going to cost? And how much is it going to cost for you to fight August 31st? That's what he's asking. I'm not talking about the plight of black people in America. I'm talking about what are you walking into this office with today? And today, Jake Paul can walk into that office. I'm not talking about what happens outside the office. I'm talking about what happens inside that office.
You switching what you said,
I'm not
brother.
switching. I'm not.
You could go.
All right, we'll agree to disagree.
But you are switching.
We'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. I gotta go. You've been on the phone too long. 20 minutes is too long.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you.
I mean, go ahead, brother.
Appreciate
go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. God damn. What's up? I got you in a second, champ. Let me introduce Bill Haney. I love it here, man. I love it here. Black men disagreeing. I love it. What's up, man? What's up?
Absolutely, man. Always, man.
You okay? Oh, man. What's up, man? The great Bill.
Thank you as usual for having me on the platform. You know, thank you to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? And how you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, champion, beam out for a second. I'll get you in 5 minutes because I know we got to do this introduction. I'll get you right back. What's up, man? How you doing?
Come on, man. Give me a song or something to come on, man. Can you intro me? I mean, you know.
My nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation.
Okay.
This is real nigga celebration.
Let's go. Man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Y'all came out to something like that in DC.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what, and you know, and that's funny that you put on Nipsey Hussle, right? The one thing about us as a people, man, I mean, we've always celebrated our plight. We celebrated being at the bottom and working our way to the top. And even if it's the top of the ghetto, you know what I mean? We talk about the old rap music, you know what I mean? Not this new stuff, you know what I mean? Where everybody got some money. I'm talking about that old stuff, that old Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow, and you know what I mean? What rap music meant. Rap music meant, you know what I mean, the struggle. You know what I'm saying? And we always celebrate the struggle. We didn't care nothing about the Beatles and Elvis Presley and what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't celebrate that. You know, we knew that they had that. I mean, you know, when you talk about, 400 years worth of slavery, man, you talk about the jump. I don't think, you know what I mean, until the 60s, you know, the end of the civil rights movement, the biggest and greatest movement for black people that ended in 1968. I mean, and you talk about 2020, what is that? 50 something years, 52 years. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about 52 years since 1968, well, then, I mean, you got to give us some respect, got to give us some grams. Things aren't an even playing field, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And everything that we do, and that we get away with should be celebrated, even if it's a small thing, my dude. You know what I mean? This whole thing about Jake Paul and what Jake Paul didn't do, you know what I mean? I'll clap for him, and you know what I mean, and not be no hater. But when we pit that up against what we do as black people, I mean, there's no comparisons, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, take any race, lock them up, put them in a cage. You know what I'm saying? Do all the things that black people have been and went through, and then when you let them out, you know, strip them of everything, their education, their religion, even their name. You see what I'm saying? And then you tell me what they doing.
Man, I just said this. The man made $2.8 million base salary, not counting the pay-per-views. The man took $1 million from his salary and trickled it down the card.
Absolutely. Well, he doesn't come from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know what I mean? And he's not of the mindset of a black man that's nervous and scared about what he got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to defend Floyd, but I might say something that might be wrong with him. Me and you might say something is wrong with not paying and not. But I mean, that's the mindset that we were given. So until we can get out of that, and get back to celebrating our success from where we are, you know what I mean? Because it's easy to celebrate what he done did and what he done gave away. You know what I'm saying? He was never hurting in the beginning.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? His grandparents, his mom and dad ain't hurting. His grandparents ain't hurting. His sister, his brother, his neighbors, ain't none of them hurting, my dude. So to give it away at the right time, you know what I mean? So we can come on and we can talk about it like this. We can go against all and each and every brother that did what they did based on their psychology and the position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? You know, by the time a brother get a hold of something, man, we hold on to it so tight. You see what I'm saying? We say hold on so tight and so scared to lose it, man. But it's embedded in our psychology that we're the have-nots. So once you get something, you know what I mean, passing it on. But I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that this is what we go through as black people.
So I didn't make it about, I made it about simple about economics. I understand black people go through A, Asian people go through B, Latino people go through C, white people go through D. I just said a fighter. He happens to be white. Okay. And I know what's up, black fan, boxing fans, talk TV, right? When Devin Haney went down to Texas and donated the food, I didn't say, the pain. I just said I celebrated Devin Haney giving back food to the people, right? I didn't. Okay. When another fighter, when Tony Harrison gives back to his community, we talk about it here in the barbershop, right? Same thing with Jake Paul. He took $1 million out of his salary and gave it to the people. I think that's amazing. I think I understand. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that it's not commendable of him to do. But one thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to celebrate Jake Paul and what he's done, and then undermine what other brothers and sisters have done, right, to the best of their ability with what they got. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I get that. And I will say this: if you're bragging about being a billionaire, and I'm gonna use Floyd because he's the most polarizing example that I could think of right now. You're bragging about $1 billion. You bought 3 of your girls Birkin bag, 40,000 on up, whatever it costs, and you pay your main event black fighter $7,500 to walk in that ring, and you know he has to pay taxes.
Outside of going to college and going to a college that's historically run and operated by the white society, right? The Ivy League colleges and all the you know what I mean? Outside of that, right? For an inner city kid such as Floyd to be an example for other brothers, right? Who aren't necessarily scholastically inclined to go to that next level of education, to have, the secondary education, PhDs and all these other things, right? Then he's a great example. He's our hero. He's our hero in the sense of, and we need him on that airplane. We need him giving out them Birkin bags, because guess what? I'm tired of looking at Bill Gates' money. I'm tired of looking at who else? Jeff Bezos. And I mean, their money is so retarded, and so that if we don't got a Floyd for the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? If we don't got him as a hero, then what do we got? You see what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna get into Harvard, everybody ain't gonna get into Yale. You know what I mean? So instead of knocking him, and me and Floyd haven't seen eye to eye on a lot of things. We don't do business or nothing. You know what I mean? But I'm not going down him. You know what I'm saying? You've never heard me talk about him, right? Because at a certain point in time, that talking about him is talking about myself. Talking about him is talking about Devin. You know what I'm saying? And we need him to hang on to all that little bit of money he got and do all that. Line the cars up, my man. Get the matching, get the other matching, man. Because what do we want then? You know what I'm saying? We need a hero. But do I see Jeff Bezos, or do I see that other boy? Do I see any of them giving back and it reaching us as a people? You know what I'm saying? Do I see it reaching us? I see a lot of times I hear about him, but I don't feel it. I don't see it.
I mean, Jeff Bezos. I'm not defending him. I'm just responding to your point. Jeff Bezos gave Van Jones $100 million last month.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So right. I'm just talking about first of all, official 50K Uno. Did I say that right? Yo,
okay,
Bill.
Now let me ask you this. Let's go back to Van Jones, because he gave it to the right person. If he didn't want, if they didn't want my son to see it, and it get to my son. If they didn't want my son to see it and say, okay, I can do that. Meaning, because my son didn't go to college. Van Jones is an incredible guy. He's very articulate, and he's one of those guys that sleeps, got through the cracks. And I'm not talking about Van Jones because he's, you know what I mean, it's great. He's an intelligent guy, but I can't knock Floyd and raise up Jake Paul.
Okay.
All on the same show.
I get that. I was just strictly. We done had Carissa Shields can't even get on a card, dog. All I'm saying is this: if you are a fighter making $10 million, one, you got to get your fighters on a card, right? Two, I mean, if you feel charitable, give them a bonus out of your check. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying that's what fighters need to do. Fighters need.
I love the fact that he gives us hope and inspiration and gives us motivation. Because when I grew up in the 80s and you know, 80s in East Oakland, California, the guys that I seen do the stuff that he does was the drug dealers, the pimps. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance. I didn't see that. So when we moved to Vegas and Devin got a chance to see Floyd Mayweather, he was inspired.
I bet.
And he wasn't inspired. No, he needs all that shit, bro. He needs every plane. He needs all that shit to inspire these kids, because that's a generation of, you know, what they want to call go-getters. You know what I'm saying? They're inspired about the money, the money, the money, the money. And so far, I mean, he's been keeping it lit. You know what I'm saying? What he's been able to pay people that's his business. And that's the business of the people that's getting paid. But when you talk about a Jake Paul who did not come from poverty at all, to do, you know, he gave away the salaries just so we can do just what we can doing right now. So we can talk the way that we talking right now, as if he's doing more for boxing than anybody else. When let me just say this. When I can't say it because Devin has did a whole lot, and he saw Floyd. He was inspired by Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So when you see him, and you see him in the Rolls Royce, you see him with the diamonds on, you see him fly to death. You know what I hope? I hope that he's inspiring another youngster that then got kicked out of school, another youngster that or some other parents that saying, boy, you stop fighting in there. You know what I mean? And then you go in there, instead of whooping his butt, take him to the gym, because that's our story. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't want to kill the momentum. I don't want to talk negative about what Jake Paul is doing. You know what I'm saying? But also, I don't want to celebrate it or up or raise it to where that's the ceiling when we never had an elevator. We don't got the elevator to get that high. Not yet. Not when you talk about that the civil rights movement was 52 years ago. You see what I'm saying? We still making our bones. And everybody that's doing anything, the brother that got $7,500 and he got it legitimate, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? You're doing good. Keep grinding. You just keep grinding. You know what I mean? Right? The other brother that got, because you said one got 7,500 and one got what they got? Whatever.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, that was a TMT fighter. They got $7,500.
$7,500. Was it a brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay. You know, tell him, keep on going, man. Keep grinding.
Keep grinding. Pat on the back, man. I got you on the next one, dog. I got you on the next one. Man, listen.
Let me tell you why. Because success sometimes doesn't always run for you, but it might run through your generation. It didn't run for me like that. You see what I'm saying? But I stayed down, and I got a chance to see my son. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
tell Floyd to give you Tank then. Since we on this black shit, tell Floyd to give you Tank.
Listen,
Floyd, I want Tank. You got $100 million check you ain't cashed yet. You brag about that shit. You got 85 cars. You got 14 houses. You bought a skyscraper in New York. Can you give us Tank? Can you keep the money in the family? Can you keep it black? Or you going to fight Logan Paul or Jake Paul again? Or you going to fight Canelo and give him the boxing game? And now Canelo won't even touch a black fighter. Oh, that what we going to do? That's it.
Should Tank come down to 135, right? And I would never deny an opportunity for Tank to make some money, right? With Devin. I would never deny an opportunity for Gary Russell to make some money with Devin. We would never deny the opportunity. We would hope that they wouldn't deny the opportunity as well. But for me to, and like I said, when he went up to 140 and they started talking about him maybe going up to 147, I stopped talking about him. The only reason that we talked about Tank is because we were in the same division as him. And should he come back to 135, then the competitive spirit and also, right, the fact that we would love to do an event with the brother, right, with Floyd, with Tank, right? We would love to do a big old event.
You too dark. You too dark. You too dark.
Well, I mean, that's what you say, Fred. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Floyd has given us a lot in the fact of he inspired us. He motivated us. You know what I mean? And when I watch my son and I look at him, I'm so proud of him, man. You see what I mean? So to ask a man to do something else, right? Now, if he came around with a bottle of booze, with a joint in his mouth and inspired him, and that, man, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he get money, he stays sharp, you know what I'm saying? Right? So
oh man.
So now we saying that we want him to give me some money. No, brother, you didn't gave me enough. We out here working. You know what I mean? Period. And what about and what about Teofimo Lopez? What about Jojo Diaz? What about Ryan Garcia? Them is the guys we looking for. Let Tank do his thing. We can't be distracted with the fact that Jojo Diaz has ducked the mandatory, that Ryan Garcia has ducked the mandatory, that Lomachenko dropped the belt. Hey, brother, it was a bunch of others that was doing wrong by us way before we was ever gonna get in the ring with Tank.
Man, I'll say this. I'll be honest, man. I'm not consumed. I didn't say I don't talk about it. I'm not consumed what a Mexican man or a white man does. I think we need to hold each other accountable. I think that's the key to our progress. How far have we progressed? We're trying to fix the white man. How far has that gotten us? I think if we hold each other accountable is the key. Floyd made $600 million in 2 fights. I've never heard of Floyd saying, I'm gonna take $1 million, put some extra on Badu Jack, put some extra on whoever else is on the undercard, some other on undercard. Carissa Shields can't even get on a card, dog. She's a 2-time Olympian. Meanwhile, all these black fighters, I'm using all to get an emotional reaction. Diamonds, Rolls Royces, big houses. We can't even put together $300,000 for her to get on a card. And she does everything the right way. She supports. She travels to the fights. She speaks well. She's eloquent. 2-time gold medal. She's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tell Floyd to put her on a card.
Ask Clarissa Shields, was she as a youngster out of Michigan inspired by Floyd?
Now we got tangible assets now. Inspiration is great. Now we got tangible assets. Floyd said he's a billionaire, right? We got tangible assets now, Bill. I don't go to when I'm in the streets, I meet people where they're at, right? I don't say, man, dog, you see this Tesla I got? Man, you can do it too, man. I'm telling you, you can know. I meet people where they are. If you hungry, I'm going to feed you. If you need gas in your car, I'm going to put gas in your car. Now we are in position where we have tangibles to move us forward. Floyd don't need nobody else. Floyd don't need Steven Espinoza. Floyd don't need Bob Arum, Al Heyman. He don't need nobody. He got $1 billion, right? Got $1 billion. He probably got 300 in liquid. Move on your own. We don't need no help from the people. I didn't ask nobody. Oh man, Netflix called me 10 days ago. They offered me some money for the movie. I said, nah, I'm gonna wait a year. Because I believe I'm gonna fund it myself.
See, Fred, what you failing to realize and failing to really articulate is that we don't own nothing. A black billionaire is still broke in America, in this world, right? When you talk about the bank where the money is at, we don't own. When you talk about the car that he drove, we don't make them, right? When you talk about the real estate, you talk about the government, you talk about so on and so forth. So when you talk about a brother and you talk about Floyd, right? It ain't that much money, dog. It really ain't.
But we have enough now
for us to for us to. No, we can't say that. That's when you talk about counting another man's pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Count another man. He's telling me how much he has. I don't have to count. If you gonna go buy a Rolls Royce, buy an $18 million watch, you're telling me how much money you have. So you're creating you're telling me your reality. So now I have to base my perception of you based on the reality that you project to me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not.
I understand that. I understand that.
I'm not saying, hey, Frank Martin. No disrespect to Frank Martin. Hey, I expect you to give Carissa Shields $200,000. I don't expect that out of him. He's an undercard fighter right now, trying to be a world champion. I don't expect. Yes.
But listen. He took that young brother out of Baltimore. He took that young brother out of Baltimore, and he's never been put in a position to lose. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's fought. He hasn't fought a brother. You see what I'm saying? Would we want to put on an event? Would we want to fight him? Of course, right? But then to knock him, right? To knock him and to knock what they're doing. As I mature in this game, right? My thinking a year ago or 2 years ago might be slightly different, right? In terms of what I think now, because the boxing business is corrupt, my dude, and we ain't running it.
We can though. That's the whole point. You know what we want to do? We want to race horses like Jesse Owens. That's the whole point. Stop racing horses, dog. We spend so much time trying to find, hey, how much you want? How much you gonna pay me to race this horse? Nah, we don't need to. We can build our own. And that's what I vehemently believe, man. I genuinely believe that we have enough. Because guess what? On the the GPD? We are the 7th largest consumer. We are the 7th largest country in terms of consumption. So we have enough people, we have enough money. We don't need nothing else but each other. That's all we need. I don't need.
Agree. I totally agree, Fred.
I don't go out of my house, man. I hope I can make a deal with a white boy today. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't care about him. I don't look or a Mexican man or an Asian man or an Indian man. I don't look for them. I am thank you. Yeah, GPD. Yeah, thank you. I am all I need. I know I have absolute control of every business meeting that I have. I walked into Warner Brothers, right? They offered me $1 million, right? And like a 10-year first look deal. $100 million up front. That was the year I got Emmy nominated and I did Floyd's movie, right? They offered me $1 million up front and a first look deal for 10 years. I said, nope. I'm not working for you for 10 years. Hell no, you crazy. No. And I said, I want ownership. You know what they said? Get the fuck out of my office, basically. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? So I say, so you know what God did? He says, Fred, I'm going to give you $1 million in property. Bust your ass, clean them drains. And guess what? You have enough expository income to create the films that you want. See, and that's what I did. I got it another way.
Right. No. Listen, free enterprise and the ability to work within the system and have the same advantages as other ethnicities and you know what I mean? It's something that our ancestors have worked for. I think that's the spirit of it, that not segregation, right? But I think that what we want to do is we want our kids to be able to have the same chance. I don't, like I said, I don't down what the Pauls have done. I don't down what they bring, but I'm not going to be hanging my head and saying, oh, well, we ain't doing this and we ain't doing that. We did a lot. We've come a long way as a people. I mean, can we do more together? Yes, I think we can. But I think that would start with not downing each other because Fred, let me tell you, some folks don't believe they got money until their kids got the money, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I heard that in the Jay-Z rap song.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So why everybody is talking about give this away and give this away. Now, what's fair is fair and what's right is right. Now, when you talk about what a person could do, I mean, they could be doing a lot. You see what I mean? But when you sign that contract to fight, you know what it is. You know what you're signing up for. And you know that $7,500 that every fighter has gotten at the beginning of their career, right? You signed it, hoping and praying that you can get to that mountaintop that you know what I mean, Floyd and the greats are or have been.
Right. I just say this: we create our own freeways and our own bridges to get to where we need to go. I think that
what freeway, what bridge? Who?
Our
where?
own. We got it. We got the talent. The NBA
I'm
is
saying is that we can create or we've created.
I think we already have the revenue to do it.
Okay, but
I think we got the revenue to do it. I think your son is a multi-million-dollar fighter. I think he can pay for his own fights now. I think that instead of buying a Rolls Royce, he can put up the $300,000 to put up a fight and fight his next opponent. I think that's possible. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to say, fuck Bob Arum, fuck you, Eddie Hearn, fuck you, Al Heyman. I'm not gonna be on your schedule. I won't do it. I think I made a video. I don't know if you saw this one, but I did a video where, how about if you and Teofimo Lopez agreed to fight in 2 fights, right? Y'all switch. You get the main event one time, Teofimo get the main event the other time, right? Now y'all got enough revenue to pay each other when y'all fight each other. You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta X that man out. You know how I X'd him out? I never asked for my credential back. Never asked. I won't give them the satisfaction, because if I do that, I gotta go upstairs and tell my son that I compromised. I will never tell my son he got to work twice as hard. You gonna work 2 times easier. Dad gonna get it out the mud to make sure you get it out the bank. That's it. We ain't going left. Why would I tell my son to work twice as hard to get equal pay as the white man or his oppressor? Because it could be a Mexican man. It could be a black man being his oppressor. I don't believe in that. I think I go into the situation knowing what it is, right? I know that boxing is racist, right? So you know what I did? I didn't give a shit about my credential. Every person you've interviewed with ever in your life, probably in the last 3 years, I've helped one of their correspondents get into the fight. Guaranteed. Here, take my credential. Hey, Sam, give me a ticket. I need some tickets, Sam. Here, take these tickets. No lie. I swear before God, I never cared. Because around 2019, I said, you know what? I'm ready now. I don't need these motherfuckers no more. And I just said, fuck it. In 2018, 2019, I could tell by my response online that I had enough momentum to say, fuck it. I don't have to be spooked by the door anymore. I can really be the man that I want to be. And I said, fuck it. And I rolled it out as long as I could, and they kicked me out. And I said, take it. It's yours. You know, render unto Caesar what is his. And that's what I did, you know. And you want to take some B-Mins?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. Let's rock in. We got Dox in second, then we got Deacon. Let me get this off the screen. Thank you, E1K. Why not break bread though we win together? That's where I'm at with it. But everybody can't go. Nip say everybody can't go. And
let me ask you this though.
Yes, go ahead.
So when Canelo said that he didn't want to fight any more Hispanics, why didn't everyone give him a hard time?
Because same thing with that movie called American Skin.
I mean, why didn't Hispanics give him a hard time?
I'm glad you said that. Did you see American Skin, that movie?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, damn, I can't give you that example. Well, there's a scene, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. There's a scene in American Skin where the whole movie's in English. The whole movie's in English, right? Mm-hmm. And there's one scene where the Mexican man is talking to the Mexican man, and it's in Spanish. And the reason why that scene was in Spanish, because it wasn't our concern. We don't need to worry about that. We need to make sure Floyd fights Shane Mosley, Zab Judah, Paul Williams, Andre Berto, and the list goes on. We got to make sure Floyd fights those guys. You know, he left a hand people. He bailed on Corey Spinks. You know, Kevin Cunningham said they signed a contract. Floyd didn't fight him. So, you know, it's so many different ways, man. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Jordan? Dad gonna get it out the mud so my son can get it out the bank. Pop that shit, Fred. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we all
like that. I like that right there.
Yeah, that's all we gonna do. What's up?
What's going on, Big Fred? What's going on, OG?
Hey, my good brother. How are you?
Man. You see how we live?
Yes, sir.
You see how we living?
Yes, sir.
Now, I gotta say this, huh?
How are you?
I'm good, man. You know, it's all love on this end. We need a fight in the Bay Area, man. Damn Vegas, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Listen,
absolutely. We making our way there. We making our way there. It might be this next fight, bro.
We need it.
It might be the next fight.
We need that shit, man. Listen, Vegas ain't gonna rock with you how we rock with you. You know that. You know everybody from Oakland to Hayward to San Leandro to San Jose to Stockton to Pittsburgh to Antioch, man. Listen,
Northern California in my heart, man. I breathe and bleed up north. You know what I'm saying? So man, I definitely feel you. I feel you with both hands. You hear me?
Man, listen. Now, listen. I gotta say this though. I've been begging for black fighters to put Carissa Shields as a co-main event for years, and I felt like they dropped the ball. Now, there's no reason why I'm not trying to hit on her money or whatever like that. There's no reason why Amanda Serrano should have been in that co-main event and not Carissa Shields. And I'm gonna say this: when Carissa Shields had her own pay-per-view, the all-woman card, none of the people showed up that she supported. None of the black fighters came to the fight. You know, I know it was in Flint. I get all that, but at the end of the day, she go to every one of y'all fights. She support all of y'all, and nobody came to that fight. And that's just a cognizant of what we got going on. You know what I mean? Like, we really can't hate on that man. Like, you might not like the antics. You might not like how he came up. You might not like him already being rich. But for him to put that, to give her that platform, to, you know what I'm saying, for everybody to see women's boxing on that big of a stage, you got to give that man some type of credit. He got to get a little credit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the guy. Don't want him to get knocked out. Sure. But at the end of the day, we got to give credit when credit is due. You know what I mean? He did something that no other fighter has done. I mean, whether you want to call him a real fighter or not, he's done something that no other fighter has done. He came in the game, like, people can say what they want, but Devin Haney, he built his fan base. He got the social media following. He got it. So of course he gonna get people to follow him. So they're gonna make a deal with him because social media is so big nowadays. So he did that. He did what he was supposed to do as far as social media. But I've had conversations with thousands of fighters, and I tell them, I said, listen, boxing lives on YouTube. I said, y'all need to go on YouTube. You need to go to different platforms and talk boxing. They be like, oh yeah, I got you. They never do it, right? So now, you know, you come on different platforms, Dev come on different platforms, and people see you guys. They can feel you, they can touch you. Now we feel like we gotta follow you. We feel like we know you. You know what I'm saying? We never met you in person. We never touched you in person. But we feel like we know you. You know what I'm saying? We feel like you are part of us. We feel like we family. You know what I'm saying? We never met you. You know what I'm saying? I never met Fred in my life, besides on social media and on YouTube. And Fred is one of my closest mentors that I have, and that's through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for us to touch each other on social media, and boxers got to understand that. See, a lot of times the fighters, they just want to be fighters, but those days is over with. Don King ain't coming into town going to every club for you. He's not going to every event for you in promoting you. You know, them days are over with. So self-promotion right now is the best promotion. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. Devin Haney can fight 10 bums, and everybody in the barbershop, everybody in Oakland is going to buy it no matter what. No matter what. Somebody in the chat said that Carissa Shields has to fight a notable opponent, right? Amanda Serrano, who did she fight? Who is that girl that she fought? We don't know. We don't know, but people are still excited to see her as the co-main event. So I think the same should happen. You know what I mean? I feel like Dev right now, with him not being signed to anyone, I think this is the best time for him to go ahead and go get one of them scrubs from Mexico. You know, put on the show. You know, he got fighters. I know he got two fighters that I know of for sure. Set the card up. You know what I'm saying? A 3-card fight. We all gonna support it. We all gonna go run to the arena to go watch it, no matter who he fight, because he's done the work, and the other black fighters got to put that work in. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at Jake Paul for already having 20 million people following him. You can't get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect it. He put that work in. No matter how he did it, y'all don't like the antics. I understand. I don't like them either. But the antics got him them 20 million subscribers, and he sold out a whole fucking arena. You know what I'm saying? So of course, Showtime, man, they care about that money. They don't care if he a real boxer or not. They care about them dollars, dude. You know what I'm saying? They care about it. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it make a lot of sense to keep on giving him the money because, and let's be honest, now you can say what you want about the man. The man is from Cleveland, Ohio, right? I've been to Cleveland before. Even if you're rich, you damn near ain't shit out there. You know what I'm saying? So no disrespect to Cleveland. I'm just saying though. You know what I mean? It ain't, it ain't sunshines and rainbows. But what he did was,
is Cleveland like Oakland? Is Cleveland like Oakland? Is Cleveland like Oakland?
We got the hills though.
Cleveland don't got no. It doesn't have any.
Hey,
well, they got some nice areas because I went. The OJs, Sean Levert and Eddie. Well, Sean and Eddie. Well, Eddie is the son, right? Because I went over to their house one time with someone like on some. I think they had a party or something, and they had a badass house out there. Gerald Levert, that was Gerald and Eddie.
Yeah.
Gerald and Sean. Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen. Even the sun shines on the dog's ass sometimes. But we gotta say this though. You don't like the guy, but he put Montana Love from Cleveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Conwell, Cleveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he put them on the biggest platforms, giving the biggest paydays of their life. Now, listen, I already see me. I knew Montana Love already. I was trying to get him on my show before, so I already know him. I knew him already. Now everybody talking about him now. So I mean, you gotta respect it a little bit. You know what I mean? We just gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you like him or not. But we just need Dad, man. I don't give a damn who he fight. I'm be honest with you. He can fight two bums from Tijuana, and I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm being. He can fight two bums from Tijuana on the same night, and we going. Everybody in here going for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate you, good brother. I appreciate you, good brother. You know, just the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I always look at it, and I'm so appreciative. You know. Of you and everything that you're saying, you know, it's so surreal that my son is in a position that you can say the things that you've said about him, and you know, that's why I come back to say about with Floyd and you know what he's did for the sport of boxing and how he's so you know it's underrated, so to speak. You know, what's really being a hater to me is being inspired by somebody, right? And then you go to emulate it. You try to do the best to do it and all that, and then you come back and then you say, "Oh, I just imagined this shit. I just thought this shit up." Or I seen Sugar Ray. We didn't see Sugar Ray pull through the ghetto and nothing. You know what I'm saying? We know in Las Vegas, in the city of Las Vegas, Floyd is our guy. He's the inspiration. Now, if Dev had grew up in Oakland, like I did, the Steph Currys, you don't see him. You don't see them guys around nowhere. I think them guys live out elsewhere or whatever, but they're not there where you can touch them. So once again, Kyle, I'm not saying nothing against the Pauls. I don't want to talk about what the Pauls are doing. I think what they did is commendable. But I also don't want to, what I was talking to Fred, I didn't want to come on the show and I didn't want to be a part of downing the guys that haven't done that, haven't paid the $500,000 to Armando Serrano. We're moving as a people and it's coming. You know what I mean? That's all that I can think about. You know what I'm saying? Because the money that Jake Paul was given to Armando Serrano and everything, it wasn't from his account. That was Showtime's money. That was the budget that Showtime gave him, and he allocated the money out, right? And I think he did a great job of doing it and knowing that we were going to come back and we were going to talk the way that we're talking. And it deserves an applause, but it also isn't enough to down our other heroes in the game. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that I feel about it.
I gotta give you this though. I gotta drop this on you. You know we from the town. You know you the OG. You know what I'm saying? You know we from the East.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I gotta say this though. I gotta say this though. I got to.
Mm-hmm.
There has been fighters that needed the money that because Showtime allocated the same money to Mayweather, right? As they did Jake Paul, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got top heavy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at the top gets the bread, and we'll just sprinkle a little bit to the bottom. We had a fighter come on the show. What was that, a month ago, Fred?
Mm-hmm. About what? What topic?
What, Lonnie Love?
Yeah, Lionel Thompson.
Yeah. He came on and he got to work a security job. There's no reason why your fighter that has fought on co-main events should still have to work a security job, a graveyard shift at that. Get up in the morning and box. You know, when you got all this money. I don't want to bash the man, but you see he on my wall. You know what I'm saying? He on my wall. You see him. But at the same time, if you're gonna drop 50,000 on this and now you're gonna buy $18 million watches and you got $500 million chains on, none of your fighters, what they say back when Bush was in office, no child left behind. It should be no fighter left behind when you doing all this flash and all this talk. Oh, I got this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, none of your fighters should have to work a security job. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when they taking L's on your account. Just like Adrian Bronner. You know, Adrian Bronner, he built up the PBC. If it had not been for Adrian Bronner, let's keep it real. Without Adrian Bronner, the PBC on the platform, it wouldn't be where it is because Floyd wasn't fighting like that. He was fighting on pay-per-view. They had Adrian Bronner fighting on free TV. So that built everybody up to go to free TV to watch Adrian Bronner. And for them, you know, to throw him to the Lions every chance they get. I mean, get that man a soft touch every now and again, man. Let that man beat up on somebody that ain't gonna punch him back. You know what I'm saying? Let him get somebody up out of there. You know? So my thing is, man, if you got all this bread, I think you need to share the wealth, man. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just humble Kyle talking. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that ain't, because a lot of us, this is what we do, man. We take the money and we like this with it. You know what I'm saying?
We can
man,
do better, Kyle. We don't make it no mistake is that, of course, we always can do better. You know what I mean? We can always do better, as a people, right? But I don't think doing better is shitting on each other in spite of, and then celebrating, another race for what they're doing, and their plight is different than ours. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a lot of things. Not only we've experienced not only the financial warfare, psychological warfare, and emotional warfare. We were stripped of everything, my brother. So, in order for us to get back, or to get back to the kings and queens that we naturally are, we must work together. You know what I mean? And working together means at the first thing is being positive, being optimistic, you know what I mean, with each other, right? Instead of downing each other, right? And like I say, it's the sport of boxing. It's a tough business, and anybody in Devin's weight class, we're competitive. They can get it. You know what I'm saying? But do I take pride in the build-ups of the fights, and you know what I mean, everything that goes into it against someone that has the same complexion as me, that looks like he can be my nephew, right? Looks like he can be Devin's, you know what I mean, cousin or something like that. You know what I mean? It's work. You see what I'm saying? It's work. I mean, and when you go to work, you don't necessarily always enjoy your work, but you know that you got to go to work. It's things that you got to do. And coming back to East Oakland, you know what I mean, with my tail in between my legs was never part of it. You know what I'm saying? When we left the town to inspire other brothers from the town to grab their kids and grab their nieces and their nephews, the ones that are cast aside, the ones that can't get in, they can't get in the best schools, the ones that are natural fighters that are being misdescribed as problems. I wanted to inspire them guys, right? No different than what Floyd, when they said a 5th grade education, everybody talked about it, and I said, well, shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He did all that, and he had a 5th grade, 7th grade education. Well, shit, man. Well, what's our excuse? You know what I'm saying? So I look back and I'd say to other brothers just in Oakland, and I know I've inspired a lot of them because I see them now.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I see them now inside the business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse that you can't go get one of them kids that you see that's rough, that what they describe as rough, taking to the gym, and 10 years old, 11 years old, spend the next 5 or 6 years grooming him, paying for his gym dues, his training, and all that other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Floyd, to me, if somebody gave me something like that, I couldn't walk and have that same about myself. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Dev. Yeah, we could have went to Al Heyman, or we could have went to Floyd, or we could have, we could have. But then that same walk about yourself when you in Oakland, you know what I'm saying? That you really, you know what I mean, you really a man's man. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about Short, selling music out the trunk. You talk about 40, his own liquor. You know what I mean? Like, we have always been entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? That was our spirit. When you talk about the right to bear arms in the 60s and represent, we've always pioneered and got out there, man. So I don't want it to be, I don't want Floyd to get on there and say, I did a lot for Bill and I did a lot. No, brother. You know what I'm saying? You did enough by doing just what you're doing. Keep doing it. If you can buy with a 5, 6, 7th grade education, if you can go in and buy $18 million watch, then you've showed us that we can too.
I feel you. I feel you. The only thing I'm saying though, this is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
When people are hungry, I see y'all feed them. You know what I'm saying? When I see y'all every holiday, y'all feeding them. Y'all feeding the people. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is y'all more fortunate, right? and y'all feed the less fortunate. Floyd is more fortunate. His fighters are less fortunate. Stop being greedy. Feed to the needy. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all prime example of it. Y'all prime example of it. Y'all go everywhere. Everywhere y'all go, y'all handing out food. Blessings. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't. I mean, I'm not trying to count about your pockets, but I'm saying, well, if we talking about Floyd money, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been doing that since Showbox.
Right.
Y'all
And you
been
know
doing
what
that
though,
since
brother?
Showbox.
And you know what though? And we get so much out of anybody that doesn't receive by giving, then it ain't in them. You know what I mean? They need to talk to the higher power or whatever they believe in, and seek that, because it's so much love, self-love, and giving. You know what I mean? So just for us to be in that position, right? And we've seen that. That's what you grow up seeing. You know what I mean? You grow up seeing, once again, guys with the big money, they giving away, and you're like, man, look how he just, he's giving. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't want to say count Floyd's pockets, or I don't want to say what he's given financially, right? Because he's given so much to the game, man. He's given and he's inspired so many people, that's it.
All right, Kyle, get out of here, man.
I was just saying, hey, man, listen, man, it's always inspiring, man, to see you every time you come on, man. We appreciate you for sliding through, like always, man. We behind you 100%. You know what I'm saying? From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, man. We Raiders out here. I'm not a Raider fan, but we Raiders though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, King.
Sure.
Blessings.
All right. I want tangibles, man. Fuck the inspiration. Give me tangibles. You know what I mean? Them inspirations, real cute.
Fred,
What's
up?
You
know what? You know what? Listen, I might not like your movie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm inspired that you did a movie, and I'm like, bro, this dude just did a movie right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You don't gotta give me nothing. You've given me something. You put a seed you planted a seed right here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So if I'm ever in a circle and I'm talking and they saying about movies, I'm like, I can do that. Fred Hawthorne did it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So that's giving, right? When you shared it with us. Now, guess what? The guys that's been making movies, you right there in Hollywood, you see them drive down the street, right? You don't even know what they do for a living. You know the actors, but you don't know the movie makers. You don't know the filmmakers, right? We know you. We know a filmmaker, bro, right? So we're progressing. And I'm saying this, so you pull up on you, say, Fred, I see you making movies and shit now. You know what I'm saying? You getting snapped, you getting super chats and shit, man. What have you did? That's some bullshit. You see what I mean? Right? And it's all relative. A cat will say that you got everything in the world if they don't have nothing, right? We can easily flip it on Floyd and say that easily. But where would that get us? Where would that get us as a people to tear him down?
I don't think it's tearing him down. I think it's accountable. He has a promotional company, and many of his fighters are working jobs. I have multiple fighters interviews talking about, when am I fighting? Simply put, and if you got, if you're bragging about a purse and your fighters, yeah, come on, man.
How many now, and this is no shade towards you, but how many extras did you just give lunch for participating in the movie?
Everybody.
So you see what I'm saying? Right? And when you talk about you and everybody looking and saying, okay, we'll run out the budget and this and that, what you're looking at is Lincoln and Kennedy's future, and you're looking at the money, and everybody's saying they see the car and they say, man, and you go count your shit up, you're like, damn, I ain't got that much. And they say, no, you got it. And then what you looking at and you saying the kids, you like, bro, I ain't got it. So, how can we make this thing happen? Do you want to be a part of this movie? Listen, being a part of this movie might get you another role somewhere else. Do you want this opportunity? Being on this boxing show might get you another opportunity, right? Do you want to sign up and do like that? That's what I can say about that, you know. But best to believe, you know, I'm going to argue for as much money as I can get too, though, for Dev. You know what I'm saying? So at the end, it is prize fighting, and it comes down to the money, you see. But
all right, Deacon is up. What's up, Deacon?
Deacon 305.
Yes, sir. Too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. Too anointed to be disappointed. What's good? Hey, man. Glad to see you, brothers. Let me do a little house cleaning first before I get started, man. I want to give a shout out to our brother DB, man.
Yeah, hopefully DB sick. DB got DB sick. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I keep him in my prayers, man. You know, I shot him a DM. He responded. Good brother, man. He gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Reggie Owens and you know, Unique Don. Love is the word. Reese Joe, who is on her grind, bro. You know what I mean? Gotta give a shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about Jake Paul. Okay. We're not hating on this on that cat, not at all. And I get your point, Bill. I get your point, and Fred, I get your point. You know, both of you guys are making valid points, and when you both are making valid points, and when they're colliding to the audience, it seems that we can't come to the proper agreement, which we're both agreeing. You know what I'm saying? We're both making sense. But at the same time, we got to make sense to people who don't understand when they're hearing two men, not boys, two men making good points, right? Then they get confused and they want to side with one over the other when what Brother Bill is saying, no, we're family out here. We Black people that come from the same struggle, right? So when we looked at those two people fighting in that ring last night, most of us that look like us was rooting for that brother, right? Jake Paul, to me, is a new age, a new version of Butterbean. He's the new Butterbean. You get what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Just making a little more money than Butterbean. Butterbean had serious knockout power. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how he looked it, and he had an audience. Hell, I liked watching him fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he posed a threat for 4 rounds. You know what I mean? And my thing is this. I was very upset because you brought Tyrone Woodley in that fight to lose. He was to be a stepping stone. They thought that he was old and washed up, and he was telling them, it's not that, right? You got the referee looking at Woodley all night long, warning him. Jake Paul stiff arming, holding behind it. He doing everything in the book, and the man acting like he don't see nothing. Woodley knocks him down because anytime you get knocked into the ropes, that's a knockdown. He acted like he didn't even see that. No standing 8 count or nothing. He was brought there to lose. The man, whether I don't know about this, but you know, it could be true. Woodley felt like the man was on PEDs. I don't feel like it's far from the truth. He was brought there to lose. And this man came to fight a real fight. He should have been given a fair opportunity. And here it is, white privilege, yes, because he said it out of his mouth. He said, what judge gave Woodley on the scorecards a win over me in my city? What? He really said that out of his mouth. So he was brought there to lose. You saying that ain't no way in hell a judge supposed to gave him a scorecard over you in your city? See, this is what, and when let me tell you, I think they need to run it back and be fair about it, and it should be on neutral grounds. It should not be in no one city. Go to neutral grounds where no one have claim. Run it back like that. And I'm not finna brag about him giving away no $1 million to nobody. my kin folks right here, Mr. Haney, Fred, you too. People don't know what y'all do behind the scenes. People don't know what Floyd Mayweather do behind the scenes, taking care of people. Y'all don't have to come out on the screen and brag about it because that's not why y'all do it. So when people don't see you do it and they don't know you do it, they say you ain't doing it. They say you ain't doing it. They say you ain't shit. And listen, we got to speak the truth here. And I'm going to tell you just like this here, because I've been standing beside other grown men that disgusted me, that I never thought that would disgust me. They see a brother coming through in a Bentley that we done grew up with or whatever. And God forgive me for cussing. I got to talk how these cats talk. They blew my mind. Man, who is this fuck nigga? That's supposed to be me and you, dog. I said, no, man. If that man got it, I can get it. I ain't hating on. No, man, I'm just saying that fuck nigga ride like that, man. What? Are you serious? I mean, hit my hand to God, bro. People out here, they feel if you got something, you owe them something. And they'll take your life for your own hard work shit, man. Shit you work hard for. They'll take your life. That's why I say when you get to a certain level of money, you got to know how to move out here. I seen Floyd on video pulled up to get ready to give one of his kids some money to go pay a car payment or whatever. He looking around. He got to get his boys. They trying to get right. They got folks following them trying to hit him. Now, we love this man. He's an inspiration, but they want to kill him and take. He don't owe them nothing, but they feel like he got it, and they don't have it. This is no game out here, man. Yeah, we love our people, but we got to know how to do these things, right? Let me tell you something, man. To your point, Bill, I bought a car, a 1975 Chevy convertible. It looked like it had been up under the ocean for about 10, 20 years. Man say, man, I don't want to say no shit like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, go, look, we got a fresh car over here. We can sell you, bro. I said, no, man, I see something in that car, man. He said, man, it's your money. Do what you want to do. I gave the man an extra $500 for the car. He said, you ain't got, I said, no, that's not bad. I see something in the car. Man, listen, I spent about $50,000 in the car. I was supposed to be in the battle of the Chevys in Miami. I was going to win it. I had blue on blue, brand new convertible blue top, a candy blue yam on the body, blue guts, a Victor wooden steering wheel. Back then, you take the steering wheel off and you walk off with the steering wheel in your hand. Triple gold D's and lows with the Flowmasters. The engine's sick. I got knocked off. The crime had nothing to do with me, but the police came and got me. I had to deal with it. It was other people, but I couldn't tell on them. Because what I'm gonna tell on them for? They came to get me. I knew I ain't had nothing. I was about to lose my mind because I knew I ain't had nothing to do with the shit. My bond was $125,000. I bonded out in 3 days. The cops came around my house. Me and my family had to get on I got my wife and the kids on the floor. They got flashlights and assault rifles. I can hear them how this nigga bond out of jail. With assault rifles walking around my house. We thinking they finna shoot the crib up. Took me a whole year. Went to trial. A day before trial. No, I'm sorry. A couple days before trial. I had a public pretender. Went into court. I said, Your Honor, I cannot move forward with this lawyer. He said, why? I said, for one, Your Honor, this man done walked into court with a suit looked like he done found it. He didn't take the time to even iron his suit. He's got matter, boogers in his eyes. He looks scared than I am, and he gonna represent me for my life? I can't do it. I say, I need another attorney lawyer. I need another lawyer. He said, no, look, man, he called me by my whole government name. He said, we go on to trial Monday morning with your new attorney. And I said, Your Honor, by law, if I get a new attorney, he has 30 days to review the case, to prepare. Again, sir, we're going to trial with your lawyer or without your lawyer. I prayed and I prayed. God sent me one that had blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin, with a mind that thinks like them. God came in the flesh to condemn sin in the flesh. The lawyer say, send me a retainer. I'll meet you at the courthouse. I sent him a retainer that he asked for. By the time I got to the courthouse, this man done beat the case. I'm thinking I'm getting ready to go to trial. He say, listen, man, the case has been thrown out, all but the resisting with violence against police officers. If you got some more money, I'll deal with that. He said, I told you when we first met, I'm not for white people. I'm not for black people. I'm for green. If you got the money, and I had to spend all I had on the bond, on him, I ain't had no more. So I had to take the 5. Actually, they told me it was 2.5 years probation. Sign for that, and they wanted my 9mm that they took out the house with the infrared
what's
beam.
the point? What's the point?
I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm
point?
getting to the point. I'm finna end it right now on that. I'm showing you how God do and the struggles that this young man, that Brother Bill, we go through different types of struggles out here. Where we come from is more, we got shit like this to talk about that we deal with, that we come from. So when we get on top, it's different. Not saying that we want to shit on nobody or none of that. We want to look out for our people. We do look out for our people, but we have to move different. We think different. Those boys don't know nothing about that. They didn't come from that. So no, I wanted Willie to knock him out, put him to sleep. And if I appreciate him for the opportunity that he gave the other brothers and sisters on the card. Facts. But I'm always rooting for us. Hands down. I don't give a damn what he did. And that's my point. I love y'all, man. And I'm not gonna be too long like that, though. And Bill, I've been wanting to let you know, man. I need for Fred to give you my number, man, so I can holler at you one day, man. Cause yeah, man, I got big things coming, man. And like I told you before on H Money Show, I got big talk for you, man. And
okay,
you know, it's all good, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I know you are a brilliant mind. You understand what I'm saying? So I need guidance. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I would always talk this here before I go, family. It's better, and back to your point, Bill, it's better to teach a man how to fish than for you to go out there, catch the fish and feed him. No, teach him how to fish so he can take care of his own family. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I
didn't think about that parable, but yes.
Yeah, and I believe that was your point. And you know what I'm saying? You know, absolutely. Hey, I love y'all.
Hey,
I love y'all.
Get my number.
I will. I will.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Hey, man, much love, family. And I appreciate y'all. You hear me?
All love.
Yes, sir. All right, one.
What's next for Dev? Before we bring another sermon in. What's next for Dev?
Well, we're looking to go in November. We're looking to go in November, and we were thinking it was going to be JoJo Diaz, right? But you know, we went on the Boxing Voice. We talked about. I think you was there. Wasn't you there when we talked? When me and JoJo?
When JoJo came on, for a high set, he was at Dave and Buster's.
What you think about that shit, man?
I mean, it is what it is, man. I just think that's the business of boxing. I just think that when you have a a skilled fighter who can get in the way of your long-term investments, I think you're not going to get the opportunity. I don't think Devin's going to get the opportunity. I don't think Gary Russell's going to get the opportunity. I don't think Jaron Ennis is going to get the opportunity. You know, they did it. They're going to do the same thing.
But you talking about, see, it would be like talking about the opportunity. We were giving him the opportunity, Jojo Diaz, the opportunity to fight Devin, not Devin getting the opportunity to fight Jojo Diaz. Last I checked, Devin was the one that was checking it like the roof is on fire, not Jojo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to be around here hanging our head. You know, he said that he was going to knock Devin out. He spoke about Devin first. You know what I mean? The Teofimo Lopez cat spoke about Devin first. You know, the Ryan Garcia cat, he spoke about him first, right? You know, other than that, you know, let's get back to the Devin Haney show in December. You know, it'll be next. You know, whoever we come up with, you know, that's going to be the best opponent that we can get because we done called out everybody's favorite fighter. You know, we're available for the mandatory, right? So, but as of now, I don't have any news. I don't have a fighter. I just have a date. I just have a date.
Well, if Floyd would give you some of that inspiration, you know, you got Rolly, you got Tank, you got who else you got? I don't know. You know, it's
I mean, when you
those
as good,
are the
when
two
you as
fighters.
good as Devin, when you as good as Devin, and you're able to kill all the narratives, right? To kill all the narratives that sides of the streets and promoters and all these other things, right? Then you get a chance to see who's really with it. But one thing I know about Devin is Devin was birthed from boxing royalty, right? You know, not only does he come from good stock, you know, in the Haneys, right? But he also has been raised and groomed to be the fighter that he is, and it's boxing royalty. And you know, we're not scared of nobody, right? We built for this.
Yeah, but the business of boxing don't see it that way. The business of boxing are not humanitarians. The business of boxing is about the bottom line. If I have this Mexican fighter, why would I put him against a black fighter when I got these 3 Mexican opponents and I can build him up in LA?
Well, that's not the same. That's not the same way when you look at it and you say for Tank, right? You say that the Mexican opponents have been built and groomed for Tank then, in that sense. And the whole, I think me and you talked about it, the whole LA thing and how they built that. I mean, it's built for Tank to step in and handle his business. So, you know, it's just a matter of Devin being the youngest world champion in boxing and being 22 years old. And you tell me when, you know, when you saw a 22-year-old make millions of dollars and drive around in a Rolls Royce and do all that shit, when is the last 22-year-old you seen do it?
If it's not a basketball player, I haven't seen it. You know.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking about boxing. When is the last time?
No, that's what I'm saying. If it's not basketball, I haven't seen it. Okay. You know, you don't see that too often.
You don't see it too often. So I mean, so who's actually waiting on who? You know what I mean? We don't go to the bank and then they say, well, you know, we got to wait till Jojo Diaz pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I mean, you know, it's just, but the thing is, the fact is that he got on the live with you there. And I'm glad that you was there. And I'm glad that we're talking about it. What did he say? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he said he wanted to fight.
Okay.
But he's not in control of his career. So, I mean, he has
so why is he talking then? See, Rolly need to shut up. Jojo need to shut up. And that's what you need to tell them dudes is you need to tell a lot of them is they need to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not in the position, right? They're just talking, right? And they're using Devin's name for clout. It wasn't Devin talking about Jojo Diaz, right? It wasn't him saying that. It was Jojo Diaz who fought to be the mandatory to Devin. Right? And then then everybody says after they market and promote the fight using my boy's name, right? They use his name and then they come back and then they say, okay, we'll go tell Fred that it's the boxing business that's gonna hold it up.
And it is. And I think you gotta make your own way.
Okay, well, was it the boxing business when they was fat mouthing?
But that's just social media stuff. That's just men being men. You know, if you say,
well, the social media, well, what happened? Okay, when you talk about all the social media, you give credit to all the social media that Tank has. I mean, not Tank, excuse me, that Ryan Garcia has, right? The following and all the other stuff, the social media. So, but then you say that his name is big enough in the social media to promote a fight, but it's not big enough to actually have a fight. Right? You can use the name to say, okay, this is going to be, come watch us get out, come watch the fight, right? What you're about to witness is you're going to witness two fighters that are going to be fighting to become the mandatory to Devin Haney. Oh, sure, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, right. I agree with the premise. I agree with it, but they want to use whatever they can to make their business plan work. So if I got to fight for a mandatory, I will fight for the mandatory position. But I will not fight that fighter because I will lose this fighter for 3 fights because it will prove that this fighter is not as good as I'm promoting him to be. So that's why I believe that fighters got to make their own way. For example, even if you're not fighting, I think fighters should create revenue with their own promotional company. Who wouldn't want to fight Friday night on a Devin Haney promoted card in Las Vegas, and Devin Haney's fighting Saturday? I would think everyone in Vegas would, right, for the most part. So I think
but what I don't want to do is we don't need no help. I don't want to spread it around that, you know what I mean? Oh, poor Devin Haney. No, Devin Haney. No, ain't no poor Devin Haney.
No, it's not
none of that kind
Devin
of stuff.
Haney.
You know what I'm saying? And if those guys, when you talk about the biggest fights happening, right? It's traditionally it's a black fighter that's involved in the fight. Right? In the business of boxing, a black against a Puerto Rican, against a Mexican, against a white. It's a black fighter that's involved in the fight, right? When you talk about Devin and you talk about them avoiding Devin and not wanting to fight Devin, it's not because he's chinny or it's not because that he doesn't have any power. They don't want to fight him because he's good. Because if he was chinny and he didn't have any power and then they would rape him in front of God and everybody.
I just think that we're being too complicit. Fuck JoJo Diaz.
We didn't say, but we didn't say nothing about JoJo Diaz till he started fat mouthing.
I'm saying,
Romero, listen, Rolly Romero, right? He started fat mouthing, right? Teofimo Lopez, he started fat mouthing. We didn't say nothing about them guys, right? And that's what Devin says always. He says they say everything but fight now, right? We had to take the next out of it. We say now, right? We don't say 3 to 5 years. We say fight now. Just say something when you're ready to fight, right? Don't say nothing when you got to go talk. When you got to go talk to Al, or when you got to go talk to Bob or whatever. See, and that's the thing, as being a 22-year-old boss, you got to deal with other bosses. See, Jorge Linares could tell Golden Boy that he wants that fight, right? Gamboa can tell him that he wants that fight. See, these other guys are they're young and they're inexperienced in the sense of doing business, and maybe they don't have a father in their life to tell them that it's a violation of the Muhammad Ali Act in the sense of not providing an opportunity for them, right? If a promoter is keeping them away from providing for their family, it's a violation of the Muhammad Ali Act. No promoter can hold you and stop you from going across the street and getting a bigger paycheck. They can't do it.
Right.
That's a violation. You can't, because I didn't sign the paper. Now, if I got the promoter works for you, not the other way around.
I couldn't agree with you. That's the logical approach, but the realistic approach is Bob Arum has a business plan, and his business plan is to take this Mexican fighter as far as he can until he has to fight the elite black fighter. Okay, he's doing it with Oscar Valdez. He's making Jamel Herring, whatever his name is, making Herring fight Shakur Stevenson. Right. Al Heyman did it with. He had 3 126-pound fighters fight and didn't include the fourth fighter, that being Gary Russell. It's the business model of boxing. That's why I say I don't care. You could plug in any great or potentially great, highly skilled fighter. They will do it to you 95% of the time. They will. And that's just the reality. Until you get in position where you're the guy, where you're the attraction, like Floyd. Floyd was the attraction. So when Floyd became the attraction, everyone wanted to do whatever it took to get to the Floyd fight. And I think that at the end of the day, they want you to keep on wanting to do it their way. I think we got to be conformity is one of the greatest sins in the world. And I think we conform to the business of boxing. We'll wait for them to give us a date. We'll wait for the budget. We'll wait for the opponent. I think we like, fuck it, shit. Man, let me go fight this guy for $150,000 real quick. Go knock this guy out real quick. Come back. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Similar to what Nipsey did with the deal. They wanted to give him a deal. He says, "Nah, I don't want that money. I'm about to go to these streets. I'm about to go create this Proud to Pay campaign where he had 10,000 people. 10,000 people spend $100 on an album. Jay-Z bought $10,000 worth of copies and stuff like that. And that's how you got to make the move. And then if you choose to go to Atlantic, Aerostar, Capitol Records, whatever the case may be, you have the opportunity to do that. Or you choose to say, you know what? Shit, I'm comfortable doing this in the streets now. You know, like many of the fighters doing the stuff. Like Black Al Capone was on last week, and he did it his way. The man owns a whole block. I'm like, wow. You know, and it's never gonna make the news. He's never gonna make the Fortune 500 because he's doing it his way. And I think we want to get the acceptance because we want to be on the Forbes 500 list. We want to be on their pound for pound list. We want their belts. We want their arenas. We want their crowd. We want to be accepted by them. I think it should have started with Floyd. I think Floyd should have said, you know what? Pacquiao, you want to fight me? Here's how we gonna do it. We ain't going through Al Heyman. We ain't going through Bob Arum. You going through Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather only. I'm gonna put up the money for the fight. Or we can partner up with Showtime, but I'm not putting Showtime in charge of this deal. And guess what? We gonna do it through a streaming service. They would have got the same amount of pay-per-views, 4 million pay-per-view. I think that's the play. Because in my heart of hearts, what I ultimately believe will happen, and feel free to interject when you want to. Mm-hmm. Gary Russell is the example for that now. If Devin Haney doesn't become a superstar by 27, 28, he's going to be Gary Russell. And then it's going to be Jaron Ennis. And then it's going to be that Tiger, the kid that just won the medal. It just keeps going. It's going to be Shakur Stevenson next. It's just going to keep going and keep going. And then they're going to be playing, why I can't fight nobody? Why I can't fight nobody? Shit, I think Shakur fight Devin. But it doesn't go that way because we think like we think we got to go through the rankings. We think, nah, you just pay. If you sign to a promoter, you give him his cut and he's happy. That's what I think. if I know that's just what I believe, but what you also got to take into account too, I'm 100% independent. You get what I'm saying? Like I've since 27, I've been independent. So I haven't got a check since I was 27, you know, that hasn't had my name on the bottom of it, you know? So that's just been my mindset, you know?
The only thing that I want or that I wish for is that Devin becomes a great parent and father to his kids, and they respect him. You know what I mean? A lot for all the hard work and all the miles and all that stuff that he didn't put in. Because you know, when you talk about what we need, you know, one house, one woman, one car, one. You know what I mean? What you need, what you want, and what's appealing to the masses is something that's entirely different. He's been blessed, right? And he's gifted, you know what I mean? So to say that if this doesn't happen or that doesn't happen, that's just not the way that we look at it. You know, if it doesn't happen by 27, if what doesn't happen by, because the shit happened at 22. He was the youngest world champion at 20 since Mike Tyson. And you know what I mean? And what happened? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What happened? What was it celebrated? Right? You know what I mean? He was a millionaire before he was 21. So so what happened? Was he celebrated? So I mean, you know, the applause of the people, although we would like it, you know what I mean? If we don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Then I won't cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Champion Heart, you ready? Champion Heart probably in the kitchen or something. But I like, for example, now you have to figure out who is Devin going to fight. Like Teofimo's locked up for a year. Rolly and Tank are with Floyd Mayweather. I don't know how that's going. Ryan Garcia is with Golden Boy. If you're not getting JoJo, you're not gonna get Ryan. You know, Champion Heart is back. So like it leaves you with, you got to fight an expiring champion. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Champion Heart?
What's up, the great Bill Haney? How you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother? I can just kick back now. I can let you take over from here, champion. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm glad we got a chance to chop it up at the event that Black Fight Fan put together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was definitely on point.
No, that was there. No, that was a nice event that he put together over there in Dallas, man.
Most definitely, man. I wanted to ask you a question real quick. You remember Black Wall Street?
Yes.
Okay, exactly. So piggybacking off of what Fred is saying, I believe that we could build our own Black utopia within this system. I don't know if you're familiar with Tariq Nasheed, but just on a grassroots deal, he was able to raise $1 million just on the grassroots, just getting
in 30 days. In 30 days,
just getting enough people, you know, to think the way he was thinking and understand that what he was doing was important enough for us to support. And he was able to do that, you know. And it's the same thing. When Kyle was on, Kyle was there. He got an Olympic fighter, one of the Olympic fighters, on his show. And it was an honor to talk to the young man. But when I was talking to him, I don't think he understood what I was saying, because and I used it as an example of Prince owning his own master. And I was saying to the young man, you know, that he should consider being independent, as opposed to doing it the old-fashioned way with these cricket promoters and signing with Top Rank, when he was on a new media platform that has grown expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of way, I think this is a new media, and a lot of boxers, I think, should follow the blueprint. We talk about Jake Paul and the antics and all that stuff, you know, but look at what they were able to build just off of YouTube You know what I'm saying? To be able to do what they're doing. And I think that's a blueprint that fighters should pay attention to, you know, and follow. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh no, absolutely, champion. You know, but I think more so than that, I think more so than just the money. I think that we need to start working on the mentality, start working on the inside, work from the inside out, right? Because the just the money and the disdain and the hate that we have for each other as a people, that's where it needs to stop. We need more love and more compassion towards each other, right? Way before we can build a town, right? Way before we can do any of that. I think we need to get back to respecting each other, you know, and treating each other as the kings and the queens that we really are. You know what I mean? For me, per se, the money part of it, you know what I mean? If I could have it, I would want more time with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like just having the money, just having time and the energy, and I don't mean just with Devin and Lil Bill. You know what I mean? With Sean and Bella. You know what I'm saying? Because I can give them some money for later on, right? We can give them some money for later on, but what they need is their dad. You know what I'm saying? They need their dad. That's what they need. And when more fathers can go back home and more uncles can go back home and give the wisdom, you know, to these young brothers and sisters, right? That's what I think more self-love. You know what I mean? Because I try to instill in my kids, you know, the greatness in them. You know what I mean? I just believe in you know, self-love, right?
Right. And I definitely agree with that. So
you know what I mean? Because if you don't have that, I don't think that we can get to the point that we have the town and we're doing all those things. You know what I'm saying?
Right, most definitely, and that leads to my next question. So, that's very much so. But so when so is it dogging, you know, our fighters, or is it holding them accountable? You understand? Because that comes with self love as well. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if we're holding them accountable, right? It's and they've been through, right, what we've all been through as a people. Can you really hold them accountable, right? Can you really hold them accountable for these things that we're accusing them of doing, with the understanding that we as a people have experienced everything from the financial warfare, right, the chemical warfare, right, emotional warfare, right, as a people, right? So the one thing that I said is, before I said, and I repeat, I'm not on the show to down what the Pauls have done and what they're doing, but also I want to continue to celebrate how far we've come as a people. Man, see, listen, I come on these shows, right, and people, you know, and Fred has did a show where other promoters have told fighters, don't come on the show. You see what I'm saying? Right? I come on the show and I go around and I'm saying this, we're coming to the point is that this is media. I am getting a message off today, right? And this is something that my father couldn't do. Right? 3 brothers get on here and get on the chat and talk and let the world get a chance to hear us talk about a subject that's so important, right? So to say that we're not advancing as a people, right, is an understatement, right? We are advancing, right? Will we get a chance to see some of these things that we would like to see in our lifetime? I'm sure we won't, right? But should we get down on each other about it, right? Or should we uplift each other? And like I said, is if you think about the old music, right? You know, these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break down. You know what I'm saying? Right. We were celebrating the fact that we were down, but we still had that swag. You see what I'm saying? And that's as a people, right? And believe it or not, there are other races of people that see us and see the strength in us, right? They say, damn, y'all strong.
That's right.
How
That's what
you
they
just
feel.
can still hold your head up. How you guys can go and start a YouTube channel up, start your own thing and this and that, right? So on one hand, we are seen as strong, right? But we want to say, no, we weak. We need to get this, or we need to get that, or we need to get that. No, brother. We need to continue doing what we're doing, loving ourselves, man, and coming more together as a people. And just like that event that Black did in Dallas, a beautiful event where everybody came. We need more of that, bro. We need to network and as a people love each other more, and that's just how I feel.
Right. Now let me piggyback off that. And it's uncanny that Fred is actually wearing that sweatshirt tonight, because I'm going to use that as an example. And he had brought up a good example about Nipsey Hussle and what he had done. You do know that the Negro Leagues were flourishing. You know what I'm saying? That and this goes to Fred's point of us seeking approval and thinking that there. I'll put it in Dr. Carl Anderson's terms, thinking that their ice water is their ice water is colder. The Negro Leagues were flourishing when they took Jackie Robinson. It was to tear down the Negro League because we were supporting that. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have to go in and mix baseball, because what we had was flourishing beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? So, back to his point, him saying that we, feel that we need, their acceptance. Again, I think we can build our own utopia. We had that love for one another when we built Black Wall Street, and we didn't have the resources that we have today. And the thing is you don't have to be a millionaire to do that. Just regular, average working people, you know what I'm saying, like myself, can put our money together and do this. You know what I'm saying? So, we can establish our own political parties. We can establish our own boxing organizations. You see what I'm saying? And get away from what they're doing. What concerns me with Devin, and I want you to answer this, is do you think that him not being active, is that gonna affect his career in a negative manner? Do you think that you need to go on a tour with him, say overseas, in Mexico, something to keep him busy, so that these fights that the fans actually want, until those fights that the fans actually want happens? Do you think you need to do that?
Well, he fought in May, and then he's scheduled to fight again this year. You know what I mean? So he's 22 years old, and he's pulling up on his 27th fight, right? So I mean, I think he's moving. I think we're moving great. You know what I mean? I think he's moving just okay. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with others that'll say, well, he's being blackballed, or he's being he's not getting a chance to fight. Them dudes ain't no good, man. Them dudes really ain't no good, man. Listen, they learned that shit in the garage back somewhere, wherever they done learned to that with their daddy or whatever that was watching YouTube. Man, I was learning this shit with Floyd Sr., Eddie Mustafa, Virgil Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really with the bad motherfuckers of the game, man. Really learning this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Being astute about it, So we don't look at them like that. And in boxing, anything is possible. So I always, say that the fighters, it's good things about them. They're good fighters, but it's something special about Dev. It's the way we approach the game, the way that I didn't chase behind the Floyd Mayweathers of the world. I didn't chase behind the Andre Wards I went and sat down with the professors. I went and sat down with the guys that built them guys. Virgil Hunter built Andre. Floyd Sr. built Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And when I came in the game, it was zero respect for the OGs and the professors, right? So when I sat down with them, I said, okay, I'll just wait then. I said, right, I'll wait. I'll wait till you go ahead and just deal with Floyd. I'll wait, right? So Floyd get on the jet, he go. But Floyd Sr. come to the gym. Roger come to the gym. Eddie Mustafa come to the gym. And you know, other parents and stuff, they wanted to see the fighter. They didn't care nothing about seeing the coach. And I'm saying, like, what would you want to be? Would you want to meet the person that made the car, or would you want to meet the person that's driving the car?
Right. And that's so. Go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's just a real simple equation. Floyd is the bank, right? Hey, we got all these fighters. Floyd is the bank, whether it's financial commerce or whether it's contact commerce, right? Hey, Floyd, why are you working with Steven Espinoza? Steven Espinoza should be beneath you at this point. Steven Espinoza should not be your equal and or bigger than you. Al Heyman should be your equal at this stage. Why are we sitting and waiting for Fox to give us a date? Why are we sitting and waiting for Showtime to give us a date? We can still get those dates, and we can still go to a 5,000 person arena in Vegas, LA, Dallas, wherever the case may be, and play the long game. We may break even for a couple years. We may even lose a few $1 million. But the big picture is we're going to create this Negro League, and we're going to force them. We're going to force them to compete by giving us what we want on this end, but we're not giving them any pieces of this on the other side. That's what I think the play should be, because we're already entrenched with the network. So we're not going to pull out of there because that's guaranteed money, right? But we still can make deals, go into all these fight cities like Philadelphia. A card in Philadelphia sells out now. Atlanta is eager for another fight. I see the energy in Atlanta when I see the boxing boys down there. I feel like I hear like 1,500 fans in there, watching the fight. So we can go, so we can double that. Floyd Mayweather stamps it, we can get 5,000 people there. Floyd Mayweather stamps a fight in Philadelphia, we can get 5,000 people there. So we got these subcultures of boxing that we can build what we ultimately want to create. And I think it's really, really possible, because one post could potentially especially with Devin Haney's following, with Earl Spence following, Deontay Wilder's following, it reaches the world in a nanosecond. And if Floyd was to get on board, it gets there in a nanosecond. But making these exclusive rights, these deals of exclusivity, is only making us complicit with their plan, not with our plan. I
don't think that was the spirit of our ancestors, or at least that's not the way that I grew up in Oakland. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That we need to separate. I think that we when you talk about the 40 acres and the mule, this is just my spirit of it, right? Of what I've studied, right? Instead of the 40 acres and the mule, right? Mm-hmm. Because somewhere it was lost in translation between 1863 and 1865, what we actually wanted, right? Did we want the 40 acres and a mule, or did we want the opportunity to be integrated and our kids sent to the same schools, drink out of the same water faucets, so on and so forth? Meaning that we knew that we were behind somewhat. We didn't, I don't think until 1955, the Brown versus the Board of Education, that we were allowed to go to schools. Now, up until that point, yeah, we could have had our own schools and we could have did all that. But what I believe that our ancestors and our forefathers were trying to do was saying is, okay, I know that my kids, that we aren't on a level playing field, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we know that it thing that we got within ourselves that put us in the same room and let us work and watch the outcome. So from that point from 1955 to 2021, we've come a long ways, right? Being that we were held back for so long. And we didn't want to say, okay, put us over here, put us up in the same schools, put us up in the same ring, put us in them same places, and let us go to work, right? And that's just what I think the spirit of it was, right? So now we come back and we say, because the whole Marcus Garvey movement, go back to Africa, right? That wasn't Oakland, right? When my mom, she says, no, it wasn't about going back to Africa. It was about being right there in Oakland and starting the lunch programs, the morning breakfast programs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not old enough. I can only do history and I can only talk to my OGs. So Champion Heart, if it's something that I'm missing, by all means, correct me.
Yeah, I mean, you're right on those points. I think that what happened was, although we wanted that opportunity, I think that integration did more harm than good, because now all that we had built, began to crumble because we stopped supporting and spending money, in our own communities, because now we were afforded the opportunity to go outside of that. I think what happened, the way we were able to build that, is because we had to spend our money among ourselves. That's why we were able to build places like Black Wall Street and other communities like that existed, all over the U.S. And I think that we need to get back to that in a lot of ways. I just feel that there should be no reason that Juneteenth card looked like a Santo Domingo, what is it, a Cinco de Mayo card. There's no way that should have been. There's no reason that, as much as Clarissa supports, there's no reason she should have to go to MMA to make money. She should be on a lot of these big fight cards with a lot of these black fighters. Like I said, I think we, there's a lot of, although that self-hate, like you said, is apparent. I think there's enough of us that we can deal with that. We can deal with eradicating the sellouts, the Sambos, the Coons, to build our Black utopia. But I'm not gonna say, oh, man, I just wanted to holler at you, brother. I appreciate you. Much love to you, man.
Let's keep working, champion. Let's keep working, man. Let's keep working together, brother.
Without a doubt.
Okay. All right, King. All right, King.
So what y'all been doing with all this time?
Excuse me?
You and Dev, what y'all been doing with all this time? Summertime, what y'all been up to?
Well, we own property in the Bay Area, as well as in Las Vegas. But the property that we own is, we just rehab and
congratulations,
do that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So
okay,
we're anxious for this moratorium stuff to kind of be over with or whatever, right? Because we got a couple tenants that ain't paying, and you can't do nothing about it. So,
I know that all too well.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? That's America is for sale. You know what I mean?
Isn't it? Nah. And that's great that you dived into the property game, because they ain't making no more land.
Right. I love the fact that Diddy was telling the youngsters about buying the watches, and he said, buy some land, buy some, property and stuff like that. Diddy is so much more conscious than he was, you know what I mean, early on, and whenever a brother can reach his consciousness and be confident and articulate and his delivery to the people and to the young brothers, man. I always applaud it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we all have did ignorant things and you know what I mean, been ignorant at some point in time. So once a man, is showing growth, you know what I mean, and being positive and trying to be an inspiration to our people, you know what I mean, I can't do anything but celebrate that.
No, that's and that's important. I'm glad. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I did hear about the comment about the watches.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's asking about the opponents. People keep on DMing me like, ask him who he fighting. People in the chat DMing me, ask him who he fighting, man.
Hey, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to the barbershop, man. I'm gonna come back to the barbershop as soon as we can. As soon as we, it's announced. And like I said, man, it's just a great time, man. Always to be in the Devin Haney business for me, man. Just watching him grow and mature. He stays in the ring. He's not a knucklehead that's just going around getting in trouble, and you know what I mean. Putting his hands on any women or none of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy, man. I'm very patient. Like I said, he's 22 years old.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And there's so much else for him to learn and to do in life. You know what I mean? And this is one chapter. Boxing is one chapter. You know what I mean? And I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off.
Right. Have you had any discussions with TMT, PBC, Top Rank as it pertains to potentially fighting and or signing?
Well, one thing that I didn't want, that we've worked too hard and come too far, to only come this far. Meaning, if we can make a fight happen, and the promoters, the fellow promoters and whatnot can talk to us and give us the respect that we deserve, then I'm all for sitting down with it. But when you talk about like that, you got to own us for us to do anything, and it can't be a co-promotional situation where Devin gets a chance to express what he wants to do and how he feels that he wants to be marketed and promoted. Then you know what I mean, we've made enough money that we can do something else in life. You know what I mean? I'm very confident about that. And like I say, just for him to to be there for his kids, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a rough sport, and getting beat upside your head and having to take it up the backside. You know what I mean? It's just too much. It's just too much.
How about Tevin Farmer?
Oh, Tevin Farmer is a great, that's a great fight. I'm a big fan of Tevin's, and I wouldn't deny him the opportunity, or I wouldn't, I wouldn't deny him the opportunity to put something together with, should DAZN, approve him as a viable opponent, right? I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, it seemed like it's slim pickings, you know what I mean? But something to fall through the cracks, something will definitely fall through the cracks, man.
Well, the gentleman, he's a hell of a fighter. Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is 22 years old, and he was just at the Olympics. I think he's like 2-0, right? And you know what I'm saying? So that's the same. Devin is 22. They're both the same age. So when you talk about being patient and understanding, his time is coming, right? And when I say Devin, I say Devin's time is coming. So I'm very, very patient and very optimistic about this.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I agree with you that up until this point, especially like the last 2 or 3 years, I think y'all have done a really good job, in terms of getting great value for your talents, and your ability to negotiate. Now we just need either these big fights to happen or self-preservation along the way. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Because we all want to be like, God damn, can't get a fight. And now we angry, we mad at you, we mad at them. We don't know where to put our anger at, you know. Al don't talk. Eddie Hearn is always in the UK, and Bob gonna lie to us. So you know what I mean. That's just the reality of it, you know.
Right.
So that's that's where I think at the end of the day, that's where we're all at with this. Like, we just want to see Devin. He showed that he is and has the potential to be the A-level fighter because of the domination with Linares, who I thought that was a hell of a win. I was there. I saw it firsthand. I thought Devin was pretty fucking good that night, you know. Now we just want him to go to the 5th floor and get Teofimo Lopez's, you know, or take Ryan.
Even more better than that. Outside of getting the Teofimo Lopez, what Devin has done is provided opportunities for other fighters as well. We have Shamar Canal, from New York. You know what I mean? Hell of a young fighter, young talented fighter. He just fought in Atlanta. We also got Amari Jones. Who's
good.
Yeah, Amari Jones out of Oakland, California, man. You know what I mean? Hell of a talent. You know what I mean? Devin had did a lot of things for Darren Cunningham. You know what I mean? Who suffered a tough defeat down there in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? But being at 22 years old, that you are still providing opportunities to these young brothers. You know what I'm saying? It means the world to me. To see right. Devin and to see him do it. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that we're happy about. You know what I mean, Fred, right now. And it's just, I thank God for putting us in this position. You know what I mean, and giving me a chance to get out of Oakland and live long enough to see my boys doing good.
Right. Because I think at the end of the day, Al and Bob will squeeze you out until you accept what they believe you're worth. You get
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
oh, you want Teofimo Lopez? Oh, you want what's the guy's name from overseas? Russian guy? Loma. You want Loma? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you do. Oh, you want Tank Davis? I know. All right. Yeah, take this 900,000. You know what I'm saying? 817. What's up? 817.
What's up, brothers? What's up, man?
How you feel?
I'm feeling great. Brother Bill, what's going on, my brother?
What's happening, King?
Man, so blessed for Fred to let me on to be able to say this in front of you. Man, the conversation that you guys are having tonight is a wonderful one. And I keep telling Fred that this platform that he keep providing to us is a place for us to fellowship. You know what I mean? And to share ideas for us to grow. And y'all touched on it. And I'm telling you, the idea I've been touching on, and it's proprietary. I probably even shouldn't be saying it out loud like this, but it need to be said. It need to be said amongst us to where we can win. Bill, are you and your son paying attention to what's going on today as far as technology wise and how y'all can win? Because I believe you guys could put together an NFT collection for your son, only make it available to your core fans or, per se us here in the barbershop, this, that, and the third, and make a considerable amount, but then allow your core fan base also to be in on it. And at some point, if we continue to network amongst ourselves and make money together, see, that's when the white folks get together. Man, I work for a guy that owned a car dealership here in the Metroplex, very wealthy old man. He told me, he said, you know what y'all don't do? Y'all don't work together. I put together a breakfast club, and I had some, young business owners meet me every Wednesday, twice a month. And before I knew it, 10 years down the line, all the resources I needed was in my Rolodex. So I'm just saying to y'all now, pay attention to these NFTs and what's going on. The fighters can do this independently of themselves and make this money, man, that's out here Tory Lanez sold his NFT collection to his fans for $1 a piece. Some bought 1, some bought 10, some bought 60. Those NFTs now are being auctioned off anywhere between $20,000 to $60,000 a piece. So I'm just saying, brothers, it's out here. And the way to build community is to share it amongst each other. You want to talk about building community? You want to talk about building a brotherhood? Let brothers make some money together. It's hard for brothers to see it down the line, but I'm telling you, the lack of information, our lack of ability to use the information. We have cell phones in our hands right now, and we'll get on and bullshit and do everything else, but the money is right there. Fred is right. Fred is right. So I'm just saying, Brother Bill, y'all do y'all research on them NFTs, brother. Y'all can put together an NFT collection and make it available to us and really get on, brother.
Let's talk sometime then, bro. Tell me more about it. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely will, bro.
All right.
I definitely will.
All right.
I love y'all, man. Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you.
Peace, bro.
Peace. So when y'all start camp?
We like it like a pre. We like pre-camp.
I saw that.
Yeah. We like pre-camp. He always stays in the gym. You know, that's something. Boxing is something that he loves. You know, he loves to do. So, you know, we gonna be ready, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't ones that be like saying, you know, if the fight came up right now or something, and be like, we ain't been in the gym. We in the gym. You know, we in the gym. He stay in the gym.
What's the evolution of Devin? So now that you saw him put on, basically he won 11 out of 12, maybe 10 out of 12 rounds against Linares. What would you want to add to moving forward?
Well, just making certain little adjustments that we saw in the fight. You know what I mean? I want him, and I know for a fact that he's learned to keep the same respect for a fighter no matter what throughout the whole fight. You know, he lost respect for Linares throughout the fight. He was in there telling me he can't punch, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But he's young, you know, and you know, he's going to get better. And that's the one thing that I think that kind of makes other fighters and promoters and stuff a little bit apprehensive about fighting Devin, is that he's still growing. And the fighter that you saw in May won't be the same fighter in November. He's still getting better. You know what I mean? He hasn't reached his apex yet. So we're in the gym. We're just perfecting, you know, and look more forward to him keeping his hands up at all times and stuff like that, you know.
What's some of the things outside the ring you want to get accomplished together?
More than just that, more spiritual, you know, be more God-fearing, you know, do more for people, you know, give more, be more compassionate, you know, be more patient with people, and more understanding that, you know, this is the planet that God created, and everything and every purpose. I mean, everything and every person has a purpose here. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. I've become so conscious, man. It's crazy, right? I mean, I'm swatting flies, and I'm like, God.
I get it.
Give me but wop. You know what I mean? Like I just, you know.
How has
they said this thing about you know, they used to have this thing in the neighborhood that, you know, you ain't gonna kill nothing and ain't gonna let nothing die. I'm proud to say I'm at a point in my life where is that I won't kill nothing and I won't let nothing die, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just more focused on going to paradise and the hereafter than actually what's going on right here, you know. And I'm hoping that Devin as well is becoming more conscious about that as well, about God
and his place in life.
How has Islam impacted?
Well, I mean, tremendously, man. I mean, it's just hard to explain, man. I mean, I don't know where I would start with that. I mean, it's just, for me, it means everything. It gives me my purpose and my understanding of what I'm doing and why I'm here, that I didn't have before. I didn't understand it. I was just kind of freestyling and just bebopping around and not understanding that, you know what I mean? Preparing myself for the paradise is the most important thing, you know, praising God, and also and also, you know, telling others the truth, right? You know, and not just not just keeping it in to myself. Oh, okay, you know, this is for me. Thank God for this house, or thank God for that car, but also, you know, spreading God's word.
Why did you choose Islam and not go get baptized, or even like Nation of Islam? Why did you choose Sunni Muslim? Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Out of curiosity, what separated? Because we always have questions about religion in here. Everyone is a different, from atheist to Nation of Islam to wherever else.
Well, because that the Quran is the oldest book in the world, you know what I mean, and it hasn't been tampered with, right? And you know, I find my peace in Islam, right? And I don't want to knock any other religions or anything like that, you know what I mean? I'm not astute enough to debate Christianity versus Islam, but for me, you know, my peace came with Islam.
Gotcha. Real Deal Boxing. What's up, Real Deal? What's up, man? What's up, Real Deal, man? What's up? Hey, what's up?
What's up with you fellas? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you well, man. What you got?
And nothing much, man. What's going on with you guys, man?
We feeling good.
Oh man, I just wanted to say what's going on, brother Bill. First of all, you know, yeah, man. I hope to see Devin. Just touching on what you guys were saying. I hope to see Devin. I hope these people get in the ring with him, man. I hope he has a successful career. And you know, we just see some good fights out of him. You already know how I feel about Devin, so it ain't no question, it ain't no misunderstandings about it. You know what I mean? I also want to say, Bill, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate you know, the things you do for me as far as bringing me into the camp, and I've just seen a lot of things within the camp that a lot of the people don't see.
Right.
Like I said, I just appreciate it. So when people say, so when people say certain things, when people say certain things, you know, I speak up because I say, no, that's not what it is. That's not what's going on. You know what I mean? For the most part. But like I said, I really want to see Devin win, and y'all know how I feel about it. Man, I believe he's gonna be the next biggest thing in boxing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Real Deal. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming out, man. And you know, shit, man. Man, just shit, keep coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know where we at. You know where we get down at, bro. So you always welcome, all right?
Oh yeah, you already know what it is, man.
Hit me anytime, bro. Hit me anytime.
Absolutely. All right, salute to you, Fred, Bill.
Hey, listen. With me and Real Deal, right? Real Deal, when he come in, I'm like, bro, come on. Let's go over here. Go. I was like, film me. Put the camera in. He's like, no, bro, I want to just stay back. I don't want to get dead. I was like, no, man, go over there. What's that? He's like, bro.
Hey,
is that facts,
people,
bro?
because people don't know. Devin is the boss. You just gotta be in. You gotta be in the camp. When you come in and you walk in the door, you just feel the energy. Nothing move. Nothing. If it don't look right, he gonna speak on it. The filming and everything.
Tell him again, man. Tell him who the boss is, man. They don't be believing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Devin is the boss. Period. Devin is the boss. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I'm in the gym. I messed around and he did some sparring, right? And I got some footage of him coming down the steps, and I had posted it, right? And he you know, he left me a comment. He was mad, but he wasn't like he wasn't super mad about it. But like, he don't play about certain things, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't even have did it. So First of all, let me apologize for that. But it was just some footage of him coming down the steps after the sparring. I didn't get none of the sparring. You know what I mean? But like I said, Devin, he's
And who
aware.
told you? But see, I was the one that told me and you was sneaking trying to get it though, right? Right?
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill got messed around and got me in trouble. Boy, Bill, I had you. Hey, don't go in the gym and listen to Bill. Come in the gym, just pay attention. And what I try to do is I try to make eye contact. Me and Devin be making a little eye contact when it's cool to film, this and that. You know what I mean? He'll let you know what's going on. But for the most part,
you say don't listen to Bill though, huh?
Hey, I'm telling you, when you come in the door, listen to Devin.
That's a great
But
story.
I don't want to hold y'all up, man. I appreciate you, brothers, man. Fred, I ain't seen you in a minute, but I'm watching.
Yes, man.
Even
Thank you,
though I'm
dog.
not on here, I'm watching. So
I know that's love, King. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for the support. For real talk, dog.
Yeah,
absolutely. And
thanks, Kane. Appreciate you. See you soon. See you soon,
yeah,
real deal.
you know I'm gonna hit you, BH.
Okay, for sure. Hey, Fred.
Yes.
School tomorrow. How do you do this? How do you juggle it, Fred? I mean, what do you
Man,
do? You
I
pull an
get up.
all-nighter?
That's a great question because we've been getting out of here. We've been getting out of here at 11 o'clock lately, and so that's been real easy for me. You know, Kennedy, because I get up at 6:30, because I can hear, because you hear the feet moving and you like, damn. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. But Dre does the breakfast and stuff, and I do like the manly stuff, like the backpacks, move the car, take the trash out, and all that. And that gets me going in the morning.
So when I do the breakfast, I'm not doing the
no.
I mean, so
that's just not our thing, but it works, man. It works, and and now we just got to get in the habit of one parent takes the kids to school, because it's so new to us. Both parents are taking the kids to school, but we got so many things to do, like, because I got to work out and I got to go to attend to all these property stuff. So I think the separation anxiety is still within us. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's our first year taking both kids to school. So, but I think next year and maybe the year after, it'll loosen up where, Fred, you go pick them up. You go pick them up. So we're still dealing with the newness of it, but I think in time it will be cool. But it's cool.
I always want to, if I'm in town, if I'm not out of town or something like that, I just always want to be, and I that's probably selfish of me, but I always want to say the last thing before they go into the school.
Yeah.
My daughter, I always want to say bye, have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want to talk to her before we go, the ride, how did you sleep? Did you sleep good? Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Baby, you're great. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I hope that, I don't know if my kids will ever hear this or whatever, but I always tell them that they work hard, I told them to be the hardest worker, right? Because sometimes when you tell a person that to be smart, right? If it's something that they can't figure out because they don't think that they're smart enough, they'll quit. But when you tell them that they work hard, that they're hard workers, right? They'll continue to work through the problems. So I always tell her, I said, like, babe, you're the hardest worker at the whole school. No one works harder than you, right?
Right.
Go in there, put in some work, right?
Right.
She only in the first grade, you know what I mean? And I'm always telling her, go put in some work. Go put in. All right, you ready? Go put in some work. So I enjoy it, bro.
And she loves school, right?
Yeah, she
looking
loves
forward every day, right? Lincoln can't wait to go to school.
Loves it. She loves it.
Man, Kennedy's having the time of her life, man. Kennedy's having, but I like that wave. When you take them to school and they wave at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that wave, man. Be like, no.
Sean is playing tennis. He's 11.
Beautiful.
He's playing tennis.
I saw you just got a tennis court.
Yeah. He's playing. He's playing. He's doing really good. He'll probably like in January, I think he's gonna start homeschool. He's gonna start homeschool and do tennis, do tennis twice a day. You know what I mean? No different than Devin. We homeschool Devin as well. I think starting like the seventh or the 8th grade or whatever. So, you know, I believe in you know, giving them as much time and to their passion, what they're passionate about. You know what I mean? So and just getting in the beginning. I saw that my parents, they didn't dive in, you know what I mean, into me and to what I was doing early on. You know, I had to kind of fend for myself or hang out with the other coaches or other parents or whatever, you know. It's always like on the team, it's always a team dad or a team mom or some shit like that. But my parents weren't the team moms or dads or whatever. So I take pride in the fact of whatever that my kids are doing, I'm super involved in it.
Man, I don't play. Man, this is honestly, I was funny. I was in the gym and I just started crying the other day because I was like, damn, I prayed for this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I prayed where I could be a full-time dad. I was like, damn, because around about 33, 34, I was like, man, I got a chance to be a full-time dad. You know, if I just stick it out, if I don't go to Vegas and trick it off and fuck all these girls and buy all this jewelry, you get what I'm saying? Like, if I don't trick this shit off, I can do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks, well, whenever school started, right? I was hitting a heavy bag, and I just started like not crying, but like tears. I was like, damn, I can really go to my kid's school every day or when I want to, or just be an active parent, and I think that speaks volumes about like the goals, like the goals that you ultimately set out for, and when you accomplish it, it's like, damn, it's really here, so
Well, that's what parenting to me is. It's easy because everyone remembers when they were a kid and what they would have liked their parent to do. And it's easy when you're a kid. It's like, I wish my mama, or why she ain't doing this. Okay, well, now you got a kid. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do all those things that that you knew when you were a kid what you wanted? You want somebody to have your back. I mean, 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You want them to be interested. So it's even sometimes when I'm tired and she'll come up, she'll be like, Daddy, look, right? And I'll have to instantly click off and then like, oh baby, that is so nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she does this thing she'll draw something on it, she'll draw a picture, make out a picture, and then she'll take little sprinkles of water and she'll splash it on there, right? And she says, that's art. She says, look at my art. I'm look at my art, Dad. Right. So and it'll be like the little water, the little bubbles sticking on top of the thing, and that just tickles her that she does that.
Yeah. Leak is the same way. He's building airplanes and stuff now. Kennedy is more of the aggressive one. Lincoln is the more humanitarian. He got the humanitarian in him. Kennedy is like run you over type of mindset. But it's the biggest joy, man, because Lincoln is so independent. You know what I mean? Like he gets things. He's kind of like me, where you only got to tell him once, but Kennedy is like, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Absolutely.
And that's just it, but it's definitely a joy, man. It's definitely a joy. Yeah, I love talking fatherhood. Yeah, that feels good.
Well, I appreciate you, brother, and for
all the
letting me
time,
come over
dog.
here and
Yeah,
kick it with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When next time you come in LA?
Huh?
When next time you come in LA?
Maybe when I go back up here to the Bay, I'm gonna go to the Bay at the end of the week, and then every time when I leave the Bay, driving, then I sometimes come back through LA. So maybe next week.
Yeah, let's go to because who I want to go support because he was on the show. Is the show coincidentally the King show? He was on the show. He was on the show last year. He's your dude.
Yeah. Oh, you had him on here.
Yeah, I had him on here. Oh, he was talking that good shit too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I like his life. I like his sincere. I like his freedom. I love his freedom.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
sincere is a good brother. He's come a long way, man. And he'll take lemons and he'll make lemonade, brother.
All the time.
That's one thing about him, you know what I'm saying? He is not playing about it. You know what I mean? So I always enjoy kicking it with him because he's so motivated. right? You know, he came from Chicago and came to LA and killed him. And killed him dead, man.
Yeah, man, he made a killing in that night scene.
Yep. And now he's a true entrepreneur. I mean, he's doing restaurants now, and he's doing all kind of stuff. Can't even keep up with all the stuff that Sin is doing, man.
I definitely enjoy his Instagram. I enjoy his Instagram because I see a lot of independent movement, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And when he came up to Hollywood, he got a little bit of resistance, because you know, with that LA, like, you know, they pull up on you, you know, what's up, homie, you know, with that homie shit. And, you know what I mean? He stood his ground, and you know, I'm very proud of him. You know what I mean?
Nah, he did the damn thing. Because I want to go support his restaurant.
Okay.
I definitely want to go do that. So maybe we can do that. And you know who I want to interview? One of my Dapper Dan.
Oh, Dap. You want to man.
Because I know that's one of your dudes. I want to interview him, man.
Yeah, he's heavy. I'll put you with him there.
Yeah,
He'll love to do it because he's heavy, and he's very, you know, he's super conscious. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and he's a teacher. He's a teacher, so you'll have a great time.
I've watched all his interviews. I've watched all his interviews. Yeah,
sharp brother, sharp.
Yeah. Bet on himself too.
Yeah, he did.
True, man. How he do that? How he pull that off?
I'll put you with him.
How he pulled that off? He pulled that, man.
He's one of the icons of
definitely in Harlem too, for sure, because that's where I was raised. You know, I was born in Harlem, so.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was born in the same hospital Malcolm X died in, so that's kind of like up top. Yeah.
So how do all you New York cats come out and hide out in LA and make it big and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Man.
You lost your accent and everything.
Yeah, I'm mad about that though. I'm mad about. I wish I still had it, man. I would have got more pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought for sure. I was thinking that you was from LA, bro.
No, I was born in New York. In New York till I was 8. You know, my mom was on drugs, and then we came to LA, and she quit cold turkey.
Yeah, if out of the two places that out of Oakland, you know, that I would have, if I didn't grow up in Oakland, I would have wanted to grow up in LA or New York. Either one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Preferably New York. Something about New York and just that whole, you know what I mean? That the entrepreneurs that come out of the city, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That whole entrepreneurial spirit in LA. You know, I mean, I'm in New York, you know?
It's a lot of people. I was just there in July. Well, you know, I caught the plane that night when I was on the call with. Man, it's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
It seemed like it done doubled. Probably because of quarantine. Probably because I ain't been out as much.
Do they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was probably because of quarantine too, and I haven't really had that physical interaction with people. So New York it was, man.
The weather's nice right now too.
It's great weather.
Ironically, what I'm hearing is that New York is one of the cities that's now opened up. Like it's wide open right now, right?
Yeah. It was open when I was there.
And California is not right now, right?
California is open. You just gotta wear a mask now.
Oh, okay.
You gotta wear a mask. Like I went to the gym. I had to wear a mask at Planet Fitness and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
So appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you, King. Man,
I'll see you soon. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Appreciate it. Love you, man. Thank you.
Peace.
All right, peace, King. Yeah, man. What a great conversation. Damn, that was fun. Thank you, Mr. Haney, for coming on, man. That was a good conversation. Thank you, Champion Heart. Thank you, Deke. Thank you, Deacon 817, Real Kyle. Appreciate y'all coming in, and yeah, man, that was fun. This was a good show, right? Everyone got their point off. Whew. How do we debrief from that? Man, I want Dame Dash in here so bad. You don't know how bad I want to interview Dame Dash. You have no idea. Dude, that Breakfast Club interview, he did 4 or 5, 6 years ago, it's funny. You know what's funny about that? is they didn't understand him. They was like, what are you talking about? He says, how much you making a year? I'll pay you. Come work with me. I'm gonna make you a boss. What are you talking about? Next thing you know, Charlemagne is partnering up with iHeartRadio to create his book deal, his own podcast. Now he has this kind of like not a Ponzi scheme, but like a pyramid scheme of podcasts, and they all under his umbrella. Obviously iHeart puts up the money, so he's like the middleman or like the agent for it. Agent meaning the pursuer, not agent as in COINTELPRO. So, but yeah, man. So that Dame Dash, I want Dame Dash. God, I want Dame. Man, you have no idea how bad I want to interview Dame Dash. I think it'll be more of a conversation too. I really like Dame Dash. Really, really like Dame Dash. Really like Dame Dash. I think that'll be fun. We're gonna get him because we're well connected, because Senator Eddie Milton is good friends with him, and we'll see how we'll do with that, man. Shout out to Senator Eddie Milton. I saw his stories. He was in LA last week. So yeah. But yeah, Sincere, his friend, man, complete independence, man. Sheesh. Man, complete independent. I love his story. Like Andre Berto, they just do what they want to do, man. You know what I mean? It's not the money, it's the freedom they have, man. Just do whatever they want, man. And they don't waste a lot of they play a lot, but you can see like in the midst of their playing, you can see like the business deals that they making and how they moving. It's beautiful to see. So, but yeah, man, where we at with this? We good? Are we good? We can get out of here now. We can get out of here. Deacon 305. I got you. I'll send you the number. I'll matter of fact, why wait? Donate. Right. Why wait? It's coming right now. Let's do this right now, big homie. Yeah, we got Lonnie Jordan coming in tomorrow. That'll be good. So we stockpiling them in. That'll be cool. I just sent it, Deke. You good? Yeah, man. So we out of here, man. Someone got to tell me. I appreciate you guys coming in here tonight, man. What a show, man. What a show. What a show. I feel free. Like, man, damn, we didn't even agree on one topic. We didn't agree on one topic tonight. Appreciate you, Mr. Haney. Appreciate you, Deacon. Appreciate you, Kyle. Real Deal. Go subscribe to Real Deal Boxing and pray for DB. Hopefully he's doing better. Man, hopefully he's doing better. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm glad. Hopefully he'll be back soon. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's not too mad at me, for my film, Love you, DB, man. Love you, DB. Yeah, man. And Champion Heart, thank you as well. Can't forget him. Yeah, man, we got to get Dame. Hey, Dame Dash is like my bucket list, so we got to try and get Dame Dash. So if anybody know him, man, that would be like one of my bucket list interviews. Kind of like Ilyasha was, Malcolm X's daughter. I would love to get Dame Dash on, man. And we're not far from each other, but I don't, in terms of where he lives in Malibu. So, so it's not too far. But once the world start opening up, I'll see a lot of people like the world start opening up. I done seen so many people. You know who I met? Oh, dog, before we get out of here. Dude, you know who I met Saturday night, dog? Dog, y'all not gonna believe who I met Saturday night. Y'all never gonna guess, because you would never guess. I met Kurt Flood's daughter. And I'm not sure how the conversation went with her and PPD, but hopefully we get Kurt Flood's daughter in the barbershop. Y'all know who Kurt Flood is, right? Oh man, I can't wait to hear those stories. Kurt Flood, the first free agent in Major League Baseball, played for the St. Louis Cardinals. Y'all remember him? Oh man, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that interview. She started talking and like, no. I want this. I want this on camera. You know what I mean? I definitely. So Kurt Flood's daughter will be in here sometime. Hopefully September. Hopefully we can get her here in September. Yeah, he started free agent. You're right, Kurt Flood. He said, no, I don't want that deal. And who else I spoke to? You know who else I spoke to Saturday? I had a 5-minute conversation with Tavis Smiley. So Tavis Smiley has a new radio station. I'm like, Tavis, you need to come on my platform because I mean I can help you. You know, I was like, yeah, I would love for you to come on and introduce because he has a radio station, 1580 AM. He just started it. I wish him well over there. You know, Tavis Smiley was basically like for my generation, he was like he would be kind of like Dr. Boyce Watkins, kind of like that. I'm not saying they act the same, but I'm talking about in terms of no, he doesn't do interviews, right? I don't think Boyce Watkins do a lot of interviews, right? He does a lot of talking. He does a lot of commentary, excuse me. Who does a lot of interviews now? Yeah, Kurt Flood's daughter gonna be the shit. I can't wait for that interview, dog. I told her, don't talk. I got to get you on the show. She don't know how interviews like that like get me going. You know what I mean? Like Kurt Flood, shit. Hey, funny thing is, she was like, you don't know who my daddy is. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, if I say my dad's name, you're not gonna know who he is. He was like, who? She said Kurt Flood. I'm like, free agency? She's like, yeah, how you know? Come on, man. Come on, man. Cut it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, but yeah, Tavis Smiley used to be on PBS. So we're gonna try and get him on too. I failed to call him today, but I'll send it to PPD. PPD is great about that shit. And hopefully we'll get that done. Shout out to PPD. Hopefully she's doing well. Yeah, I'm trying to think because people don't know who Tavis Smiley is. So I'm trying to think, who would Tavis Smiley be of this time period? Who would he be? Who would Tavis Smiley be? Who would Tavis Smiley be? Boyce Watkins. I'm trying to think who Tavis Smiley would be. I kind of compared him. Roland Martin. Yeah. Roland Martin. Not in terms of what he believes, but in terms of the everyday interviews. Yeah. Tavis Smiley did some great interviews when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I would love to get Larry Elder in here. That would be cool. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Black Larry King. Yeah, like that. Yeah, Tavis Smiley was dropping. He always had great interviews. You know, always had great interviews. But I think I need to go back and listen to them so I can see how great they really were. You know, sometimes you just watch an interview because of the subject that they're interviewing instead of the subject matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah, so Tavis Smiley. So I have his card. So if I don't contact him by tomorrow, make sure you guys remind me to contact him because I totally forgot to do it today and yesterday. So we had a Lamert Park Jazz Festival. And shout out to Jarvis, man. Jarvis was at the quarantine, man. Hey, when you guys come to LA, you guys got to do two things. Don Lemon but Don Lemon do interviews? Not really, not much. You know, Don Lemon is more news oriented. You guys got to do two things when you come to LA, and you're gonna want to move here when you do it. So when you travel out here, you guys got to Google these schedules, okay? One, you got to Google the Home Depot Center. You got to go to a fight at the Home Depot Center. It's called the Dignity and Health Center Complex, whatever it is. And two, You got to go to an event at the Hollywood Bowl. You understand? You got to go to an event at the Hollywood Bowl. Oh my dog. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it, dog. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing like it. I'm just gonna say that. Ain't nothing like it. Anyways, I love y'all, man. Let's get out of here. We gotta go. We gotta get our kids ready for school, man. Some of y'all on the East Coast, thank y'all. I know y'all. It was off the chain, right? I saw everybody's stories. I saw yours. Man. That was so. Fred will be asking Tyler about the $2 million. Oh, I didn't even know he had it. I didn't even know. I'm glad you told me. I didn't even know. You know what I mean? Why not? I got to do my research on it. So I don't know why you think Fred is never afraid to ask a question. You know what I mean? You know, but yeah. And feel free to super chat that question in. You know, so anyhow, man. So hopefully he comes on and we'll do it like that. So anyways, man, I love y'all. Someone tell me to do what? 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 Somebody, anybody, everybody. Tell me to. Oh, no, I'm not. You know, Fred. Play the song. Y'all know Fred ain't afraid to ask no questions. Man, listen. I asked Bob Arum about his case. Shit, you know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's no big deal. I don't take. You guys can ask me any question. Come this way before travel through that open door. Good show tonight, man. Thank you, Mr. Haney, for coming on. Thank you, Mr. Haney. We locked in. We got Lonnie Thompson tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? We got Lonnie tomorrow. We got Shantae on Monday, and Thursday we got the purse bid. So it's gonna be interesting. Next week we got Kevin Cunningham. So the schedule's filling up. People Hernandez, get well, DB. DB probably staying away because I'm doing too much. I'm promoting my movie too much. Where you at, DB? Where you at? I'm telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey, some things you gotta do. Hey, 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 hey. When much expected, much is given. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your words now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. For the children, it's a given. Gotta give it, be a blessing. It's my personal statement. Run a game like this. Be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving and changing up like a Rob G film. I do it for all my people. Man, I feel good about this show. This show made me feel good. I feel optimistic. Man. So you gotta give back, give love. Go order the film, y'all. If you ain't ordered the film, what you doing, man? Click the links in the comment section, man. Click the link in the comment section, man. Why not, man? We over 1,800 buys, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So. Why, y'all? Because the devil. Oh, we way over. We 807. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Do hey. Some things you gotta do. Hey, 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 hey. Love y'all, man. We did it. Thank you, thank you. You don't like Tavis? Oh man. Well, we interviewed what's the girl name that thought she was black? What's her name? I don't know. I forget what they call. We had her in here. You know what I mean? Shit. Instead of us going on their platforms, we bring them on our platform so we can ask the questions that we want to ask them when we see them on TV. You know what I mean? Head over to Cows. Thank you, Rob. Head over to Cows. Right, not now, but right now. Love y'all. Rachel Dolezal. Thank you, dog. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Peace.